Ta-da! Hey, deep from the heart of the Pacific Northwest and Nicaragua. You decide who's where.
Never know.
Oh shit. Okay. How
I'm
many
in a
shows are
Halloween. I'm in a Halloween onesie today.
Halloween? Oh yeah, because it's been raining sideways.
Oh, it quit today, but yesterday was like. So my horse trainer said, she said yesterday it was hate raining. I was like, yeah, it was.
What was it, like 40 degrees and
It was
just
not good.
we probably got a couple inches. I don't know. It came down hard here for a while.
I got out. I have like a small electric heater because when I'm just sitting and not moving and working on contracts, I get really cold. So I had to
Right.
get out my tiny heater and point it at me so I didn't freeze everybody or just I didn't bake everybody else in the house.
Yeah, the little space heaters are great. It just isn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody, what Paul Wheaton always does, heat the human.
It's right, the human.
Well, it's so silly because really, like incandescent bulbs in the north in the winter are the shit because you get the light and the heat. Like
That's what I use. So in my greenhouse,
you
that's
need both.
all the citrus. Yeah, all the citrus trees are wrapped in the incandescent like Christmas tree lights, the big ones like the C7s or the C whatever they're.
Right.
Yeah, so they just that's what heats my green. That's all it needs up here. I mean,
Right, but the heat's a great thing, and like in the South where they fucking don't need heat, like boom, there's your LED. Like, yeah, you should.
exactly. But yeah. So
If
yeah,
you're paying for air conditioning, you should have LED lights.
I heat it with that, and then if it gets below like 25, I have a little electric heater like this big that I plug into the end of the string, and that I just have to keep it above freezing. Is it?
Right. Just a little tiny. Yeah.
It's tiny.
We were
I think
thinking, like, what about like a 300-watt fish tank heater
those
in a
work.
50-gallon barrel?
Yeah, those totally work. Yeah.
Then you got 300 pounds of mass, right? 50-gallon barrel, 8.5 pounds, right?
If I do
Yeah,
aquaponics,
400 pounds.
you put a stock tank heater in there too, and it just keeps it from freezing.
Yeah, stock tank heaters are way more than 300 watts.
Yeah, that's true.
And it will never keep up at all. So it will run on max. Whatever you put in there will run on max.
That's true.
So just think how much on the circuit and think how much you want to burn.
Well, the ultimate goal is greenhouse with hot tub in it. So I'm gonna run the hot tub year round anyway.
Okay,
so.
The little mini 2-person inflatey cheap ass tubs with the side heater. The Walmart Black Friday was $249. They're down. I think Costco had them $3.99, but their shit's always a little thicker and a little,
And it was the bigger one. I had the bigger one that Costco has. I didn't get it from Costco. It was before Costco had them. I had it for like about 9 months, and it finally died. So
died like how?
The motor quit working. It just stopped.
It didn't filter, right? It only pumped water in and out and heated it.
It had a filter on, like a one that you screw in, but like that was it. Which was totally fine. That's all I needed. But we left it outside after it got winter, and I think it just took shit. It just like couldn't handle it.
Like the pump froze, probably.
Yeah, the pump probably froze, and like I didn't. It was. I mean, but I didn't get it.
Not rated to freeze. Cannot freeze.
No.
And I took
the water out, but I think I didn't. I killed it. So, but my experiment was, if I get a hot tub, will I use it? And the answer was, yeah, I used it all the time. So
that's what I was thinking. Like even in a garage, it
would be great in a garage. Yeah,
like because especially you throw like a little 8-foot PVC thing around it with hang some tapestries and shit. Like boom, you'd be in Hawaii.
Great in the garage. Yeah. Well, I want to do like crazy fancy real permanent greenhouse, not one with like plastic. I want to do like a real one. So if I do a real one and I just want like a 4-person hot tub that's like 8x8 or something, that's like another 8 foot of my greenhouse, but I'm already building it like whatever. So
that'd be nice to have in a greenhouse too, just because you could. Yeah. It would be a humid place anyway, and you want it to be humid in there.
Yeah, exactly. I'd have to put good. I need to find out if having a chlorine hot tub in a greenhouse is a problem. I don't know the answer.
Oh, for what? For the plants?
Yeah, like it's not gonna kill them, right? No, it should be.
You don't have to do chlorine either. You can.
I would rather do bromide or salt water.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could do salt water.
Yeah, they're more expensive, but yeah.
Yeah, because you gotta have stainless parts. I think
they're a lot more. Yeah, they're probably like 20 or 30% more. But they're probably gonna last longer, and it's better for your skin and whatever. So, but
That pool that I had built in Phoenix, I upgraded to saltwater.
that's the way to go. Those are the best.
Yeah, just I figured for your skin. Well, I had a blackjack table built into the shallow end so that I could deal blackjack in my pool. I was like, I'm gonna hang for hours in my pool. I want to.
Well, and that's the thing too. The hot tub. I was like, I can get a 2-seater. I can get a little tiny hot tub, or I could get like a real legit hot tub for like 5 or 6 people and actually have people over. So, so and it's like the cost is like if you're gonna do it, buy a good one. It'll last for a while and get it from Costco.
We've been looking at like Japanese soaking tubs. You know, like the real wood. I don't want all the jacuzzi.
I hate that. Any of that shit. I just want a pool of hot water to sit in.
Right, like, and when the recirc and the takeout, you can make them how little swirl to them. I mean, movement's okay.
I just want a pool of hot water, and I've been looking at the soaking tubs. I've not found one that's bigger than like for 2 people. They are not. They just don't make it. So I could like have something built, or like I don't know. So
I'm thinking mine's probably going to be like scavenge, something that is broken but like pretty nice, and then make some type of like rocket heater.
You could put like 2 if you got 2 stock tanks, one size and one a little bit bigger, and then fill it up with spray foam, right? Like it's just an air gas.
Dual insulate stock tanks. Yeah, you could put like that blue one that's 6-foot diameter, and then the I think that's a 400 now. I think they're both 300, but they're different diameters because one's
like a 6 and a 4.
Right, like the blue one for the outside, right, and then drop the 300-gallon gray one on the inside. Yeah, and then just well, fuck, you wouldn't even have to spray foam it. You could.
No, it would be just with air. It would be fine.
Well, it's shit like
put anything in it.
Yeah, like the vermiculite or whatever.
Or, you put that. They make like cotton batting too, but then you can't get that wet. So vermiculite would be better.
Yeah, something that would.
Oh my god, you could put here. Okay, so you know how Jack uses the round clay balls for the wicking beds and stuff?
Oh yeah. Put that between them.
Put that, and then you could grow plants around the edge. It would be really cool.
Something that would like being warm. Yeah. Something swampy.
Some kind
Florida plants.
Yeah.
Or like Panama plants.
Yeah. Something like that likes swamp.
They're like, you're the problem for the invasive, like whatever.
Yeah, you did.
Fuck, I didn't do it. Wasn't me.
I didn't do it.
Oh geez. Okay. So you did. I heard podcast 1. What was number 2?
Number 2 was just a really short after action report when I was driving from Jack's to get lunch afterwards. Everybody so I was hoping that people would want to go to lunch after, and everybody like boned out on Sunday. So
weren't they all like going like long ways? Like when I left there, I had fucking 24 hours to drive.
Oh yeah, that's true.
A lot of them are Tennessees, and that's like 18 or whatever. It's a fucking haul.
And like a couple people had really early flights.
You never hook up the airport run. That's what you got to do.
Okay, so I totally tried, but I told people like, I will drive you to the airport, but I won't drive you to the airport at 7 o'clock in the morning. So like, don't book
flight 1 out. Yeah, book the next
and they all booked flight 1 out. And I was
the problem is the other ones are more expensive, and you're not buying.
Yeah, I get it, but I didn't buy that one. I paid for the upgrade because fine, but the upgrades on the upgrades on Alaska are only like $80 for premium.
Oh man, I had it out with Alaska customers.
Update us on Alaska. What happened?
They haven't stolen my money per se. But I gotta call yet another number because the one customer service is like, whoa, I'm like, can I book a ticket?
They're
like, you can't. Like, I don't know me. That's not a status.
Over.
Like,
well, I'm booking Puerto Rico. Alaska finally got their system because they added the thing where they're One World and they could go to American destinations now.
Alaska's a common carrier, right?
Yes.
So they're a common carrier, and the only reason I wasn't allowed on was because the mask thing, which has been rescinded, right? All the way to that got appealed and then rejected, rescinded.
Yeah.
There
So
we go. So if you said the only reason I can't fly is because the thing that is
and you
removed,
can let him burn on. Yeah, I don't know.
wouldn't that be like,
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all. But Alaska's customer service in the last like year and a half.
Well, every sane person they ran out.
They did. Yeah, they sure did.
Everybody who wouldn't take death juice.
Yeah, anybody who wouldn't get the job. Who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody. And
That's why customer service
I couldn't
everywhere.
go. They just so our hospitals in Washington, for people watching, even visitors had to like show a jab passport until like really recently. And so I said like, oh yeah, I can't go over there because I don't have one. And they were like, oh, you don't have one? I was like, no. And they're like, well, are you gonna get one? And I was like, no.
I got into that Seahawks game with that Nazi passport.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh,
it was the Nazi vaccine passport.
Did they laugh?
It looked exactly like ours,
Did they
except
laugh?
it was in German. No, I got right into the game because they were just like
well,
checking, like it was like yes.
It's
like,
okay, so this is kind of funny. So it's called a Gesundheit pass, right? But I laugh because when people sneeze, I say Gesundheit because I come from German Jews, and
Gesundheit pass.
Gesundheit when people sneeze, and
that's how you get into games now. I'll clear him, the sneak clears. Ah, hey, front row.
Dude, did you see the dude? You probably didn't see the dude. It's like Sunday. I'm trying to go to Costco. I'm minding my own business. I make a comment in the TSP group about like how I'm pissed off at the ADL because I feel like they don't really represent like most Jewish people because they do weird things and we don't like it and we don't agree. This dude,
it's like the crazy thing, like on the fringe that are like, where everybody like, no.
So I said that. I was like, oh, that's really like as a Jewish person, that's really frustrating to me. And this guy in the TSP group goes, yeah, you're right. Anti-Semitism is all the fault of the Jews. And I went, listen, motherfucker. It's like that is not what I said. Like, I said I'm mad at the ADL. Okay.
Yeah. It's an organization that likes to.
Right. An organization, and I had to like explain. I'm like, no.
Were they on a shakedown of somebody recently?
ADL or just Jewish people in general?
No, ADL. I thought I had heard something on the side in the background of somewhere like, oh no, it's just it's like in a Sharpton thing. So like, oh, someone said something.
Yeah. I got into a huge fight with one of their reps in Southern California. I was at a city council meeting. One of the people in my basically my shooting buddies group down there where we would train together. She was running for city council and asked if we would show up and speak. And I got into this like huge fight with this ADL dude over like what the 3%er thing meant. And I was like, okay, so look, yes, there's weirdos in there and they've totally like, they're crazy people in there. And I was like, but that's not what it means. Like it means this. And I'm like, I'm Jewish. Like I get it, but like you need to actually, it was so bad. Like right in live recorded city council meeting. I'm like, are you with this guy from New York?
Oh, East meets West. That's never good in a city council meeting.
Not good. It was not good. It was really funny though. I got some.
What happened up on the hill in your little neck of the woods up there? Who got thrown out or chucked in or whatever?
Oh shit, I don't know, but I just read a thing about it's like the assistant superintendent of my district who's also like in charge of finances, like didn't file some IRS form and cost the district like $1.8 million in fines from the IRS, which later got abated, right? But they had to pay all the like legal and whatever fees, and she's still working there.
Oh, so they missed the filing deadline.
Oh, by like 3 years. And people were like, hey, you need to file this. And she's like, I think this is dumb. I shouldn't have to file this. Like on the record saying she doesn't think she should have to do it. And then she was like, oh, well, our union contract's still being negotiated. So that's why I didn't do it. It's like, no. So that's going on in my district. But other than that, I don't know who got elected to what. I don't pay any attention.
I didn't even follow up on the tax shit. I just voted no. It was like,
no, that's just no. I don't care. No.
Like no more
money from California. I think some crazy shit passed down there, but I got to look it up because I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe by 2024 they'll be ready for like somebody who will really just fucking chop it.
I hope so. Like they're in so much trouble down there. Like people are moving out, and they're like, oh, everybody, like the whatever people that are in denial. They're like, oh, it's not that many people. I'm like, when 10% of the people pay all the taxes and half of those 10% move out, then it's a problem. Like
Yeah, the home values out here have started stalling too,
a
for
little bit,
sure.
yeah, for sure. Well, yeah,
Sales are
interest
definitely
rates are
like
fucking. What are interest rates? 7
what yeah,
gross?
at least, yeah.
No.
They're
Oh my god! And I saw.
I think on the way to oh, that's right, that's right. The guy at the boat show said it's 9 for commercial right now. It's
Oh,
7 plus 2. Uh,
oh,
and I was like, and then I talked to the boat builders, and they were like, yeah, there are like, I was like, how much is it? Like, what's your demand curve look like? Are you down 40%, 80%, 90%? They're like, yeah, we have sold no boats
all of them.
since
Okay.
like August.
30-year fixed FHA rate currently is 7.45%. And that's if you have like an 800 credit score, right? So if you have anything less than perfect credit and like a 20% down payment, then it's going to be.
All right. So he wasn't bullshitting because commercials, 2 more points. That's about right.
That would add like a lot to my mortgage payment because I'm at 3.9.
Oh yeah, do that calculation
Oh,
now.
let me see what it is. Okay, let me see what
Oh
it is.
yeah, I bet you that would make your monthly
I bet it would go like $2,000.
payment $2,000 more a month.
I think that you are correct. So let
That'd
me
be my
see.
guess. That's just my guess.
I need a mortgage calculator.
So you're talking about somebody that would have to cash flow X.
Way more money.
Okay, so if you do the how all the bullshit gets lent, right, is on ratios of current income to payments, right? And you can't have mortgage being any more than 130 your payments. So it would be that mortgage.
It's like 2,400 more.
So 2,400 more. Right. And the thing is though, now you take that total payment and divide that by 0.6 or no 0.334. And then that gives you the current income required documented to be able to to take that mortgage legally. They can't sell you that mortgage without that income.
Like times 12. So I'd have to make it. It's an extra $9,600 a year.
No, then I did that wrong. Then divide by 0.6.
More than that. Well, let me do like what the actual mortgage would be because I know it's 33%. So
right, because the LTV is 33%, right? So it would be that new rate, that new rate, and then times 12.
So
9,000. That's
so times. Let's see how much I actually make. Oh yeah, this is actually more than what I make.
Right, that's what I mean. You couldn't buy that house now.
I could because you have two incomes, but
right. You'd have to, yeah.
A normal person could not buy this house.
Think of the people that gap of who could have bought it to now who could have bought it. You're talking, it just wiped out.
I'm gonna tell the audience what the price difference is. So this says 209. Okay, so and then at my actual payment, times point.
But that's why people are like, okay, why did shit stop selling? Because the payment on the place just pretty much doubled. Because you think about the early payments, they're like 90% interest, right? And if you're at 3 something to 7 something, you literally doubled the cost of the house.
Yeah.
Just by buying like 6 months ago to today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Why did everybody become renters? Because renting looks cheap now.
Yeah.
But fuck, but things functioned in the 80s when there was literally 18 to 21% home mortgage interest. But at that time, people didn't understand. That's when balloons started. Because it was like, or the variable rate shit, right? Because if you're at 18, well, what the fuck? Okay, so 21, they were betting like it can't be this insane forever, right? Yeah. And they were right, the ones that took variables, because you think about it, that came down for the next 30 of the year, 20 to 30 years.
Yeah.
And but when we were at all time like historical 120-year lows, the last fucking like what? 10 years.
Yeah. Okay, it's like I would need to make like an extra $30,000 a year. to qualify for what my mortgage is actually at 3.9 versus what it would be at like 8%.
Yeah, so you'd have to have like an extra 30K.
You need another body, essentially. Like you need a second income.
Yeah, or
which
like
I have, but you know,
it just takes out a whole like rung of like
yeah,
because it's a pyramid, right? You know, you need this much more income.
Yeah.
Okay, so now your buying pool just went.
And that's even like I don't recommend people go that high to the 33%. Like
but you don't have a crazy house either.
No, I don't.
You don't have like a cascading waterfall swimming pool. Like, yeah, it's a normal house.
Yeah, it's just
think about like you start going a little high end up here, and now you start talking like, fuck, you got to make 30 grand a month.
Oh, I looked at a house right like up my hill on the backside of my hill because it was like 8 acres, so it was 8 acres.
You and acres.
It was 8 acres backside of my hill, so same school district, same school. It was like, but it was 4 or 5 bedrooms, gorgeous, $1.8 million.
8 acres, that's cheap.
At 1.8, I know. I was like, you got 10 people, let's go in on it. Shit. Because it's unincorporated county. But well, that's what I posted in the land group, and everybody was like, you're crazy. But there's
we don't know out here.
Yeah, no. So in Greenwater, so on the way to our big ski mountain, there the Wapiti Collective is for sale. So it's retail on the bottom and 3 condos. Like,
fuck.
Yeah, exactly. For 1.
That's got Airbnb written all.
Or
a winter stay, and you make the winter stay pay the year nut on it, right? And then if you rent it during the summer, it's just bonus time.
Yeah. There's potentially 3 condos there to rent out. You could live in one, rent the other 2 out. Plus, there's a store on the bottom. You could do whatever you wanted down there. I mean,
well, fuck, it would have to be like cafe,
rental, internet. Now, but like, I don't think they're that busy. I think you could do something like better. Like if you did good food, you would make a killing because the Mexican place across the street is always like lying around the block because they're the only game in town. So,
right. If you had like a big fucking neon boop that was like breakfast ready, you don't have to stop your, like you could play my Little Caesars trick and go in the parking lot with a cooler and hand out fucking burritos.
Totally. Yeah. And you could like, if you were open till like 11, you would get people off the mountain coming to eat because everything up there closed at like 8 o'clock. So,
you're talking on the way downers. Yeah. Oh yeah, you get those way downers before they get to that fucking old Pizza Hut nastiness and McDonald's and all that shit. Yeah.
Before they get to like Enumclaw and have to eat at McDonald's and shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right there.
Just 100%. You know what? It could even just be a base of ops for a legit food truck.
Oh yeah, totally.
That's a side income off that could be like boom beneficial.
It's like 4 stories. You could get in there and do whatever. There's room for way more than what's in there now. There's like part of it that they haven't even finished. So, like, it's like under 2 million. Get like 10 people. Everybody go in on it. Like,
done. Yeah, retail on the way to the park.
Yeah.
Although you're really limited because you only get park traffic.
Right. Exactly.
You got to get them to stop, and everybody's doing 70 and don't want to get out of line.
In the morning, so the drive, if you do the speed limit from Greenwater to the mountain is like 20, 30 minutes. It's taken people an hour because of traffic or 2 hours because it's 2 lanes. You set your shit up right there, forget it.
Like going up that, okay, so they're starting to have traffic up the Crystal Hill?
They are starting to have traffic all the way backed up into Greenwater. Yeah, and so there are parking reservations now. You got to pay for parking and make it.
Okay, in the old days, I took my F-150 pulling my jacked up 24-foot trailer with so much shit without chains.
Yes.
That thing. Like, then it was Unity just made it work. Nope. Why can they not get people up and down the hill now?
We were doing that in 2018. I mean, that was, and then
like what changed? I mean,
Altera bought it.
So what, on the parking end, they're being dicks now, so you can't just fill up the giant parking lots? I mean, we self-owned pretty well for decades.
Like, it's overcrowded, one, because Snoqualmie sucks, and so many people have moved into the area, right? So it's super overcrowded. People are
they're just overselling the place.
They're selling the shit out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not the road's fault. That's just
it's not the road's fault. No, and like, So you know B-lot camping where you used to haul your trailer?
Yeah, that was awesome. The ice skating rink of death.
No, now it's okay. Check this shit out. So now you have to. Now it's reservation only, and they release them, and you have to get online an hour before they release them. It's like buying fucking concert tickets. It's like getting a ticket to see Taylor Swift. Okay.
God damn.
And it's $125 a night.
Yeah, it's like, can't you just? I mean, maybe it just should go to lottery. You know,
it just go to whoever shows up and gets a spot. That's what it should be. Like.
Yeah, but what if you drag all your shit up there? Well, you gotta go early.
Really good. When it was first come first serve, they were really good at posting "we're fucking full" on the Facebook page. So
right, like, or as soon as it's like getting near full, like, oh shit, 20 spots left.
They would text us and say like, there are 10 spots left. So if you're not on the road, then go home.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, if you haven't pulled out of your driveway yet, you're not gonna.
Or like if you're not, it would be like they would say if you're not Greenwater or closer, go home. So, like
that's great because they know how many people are coming up the hill.
Yeah, so it was fine. So what it is people with more money than they don't know what to do with, and they didn't come from ski culture, so they don't want to get up early and get a spot, right? So they want to roll up whenever they want. I'm like, well, there's a way to do that. It's called A-lot.
yeah, roll up to the front door.
And it was really expensive. I maybe impulse bought A-lot VIP parking for the year.
Wow. You don't like that little outdoor trolley train?
Oh my God. Okay, so that's me. So the outdoor trolley train, somebody turned them into WashDOT, which is our Washington Department of Transportation, because Crystal Mountain Boulevard is a Forest Service highway road and it has to be street legal. So they had to get rid of all the trolleys and get buses.
Oh no! So you're saying you can't sit on those outdoor benches anymore and slide down the hill?
Just like last month, this happened. So they got like shuttle buses. It's fine, but like
yeah, but I don't want to put my fucking shit on a shuttle bus and like go clop
out. They're not. They're like enormous. It's totally fine. You can just get on.
Are we talking like fancy motor coaches?
Yeah, a bitch the size. They're huge. They have 3 doors, 3 big doors. Like they're
3 doors to get on.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, Jesus Christ, people with skis and poles trying to get on a bus. Oh,
no, big. They're big. It's totally fine. And like, actually, those like trolleys were a little bit dangerous, but like,
they were a lot of it dangerous and cold as hell. And you're like, sliding on you. They're sliding the fucking oncoming traffic.
Picnic benches welded to a trailer. Okay. And then they like don't plow.
It wasn't a trailer. It was that like, that metal toothy barb.
The not diamond plate.
Yeah, it's like non-slip decking, but like it's metal that's been like burst through with the jaggedy edges up so that you can not slip on the ice. But if you happen to do slip and don't have your mitts on,
it's like a cheese grater. Like
they were knee and foot and hand graters. Oh yeah, fuck.
So bad. So
I'm surprised it took them 4 decades or 5 decades to get in trouble for those.
Like, not sad they're gone because I was a little bit offended that they're going to charge people $180 a day and have that shit to write on. Like, look, you can charge me money, but I want to see something.
Yeah, like Disney figured out how to run a trolley on a road. You know,
trams. Disney trams are great. They have little doors. You jump on. They're fantastic. Yeah,
like,
I saw Disney trams. Those are
on one side, off the other side. Well, I guess you got to get your skis, so you got to put your shit on the same side. You got to get off.
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, whatever.
Actually, those trams are big enough. You could just hold your skis and stuff. Yeah, they're
the other side. They're wide enough to fit a folded stroller, so you can fit in there.
Well, yeah, because wasn't like every 4th or 5th one like facing each other, so they have a big empty area, so the stroller.
The ones are even the regular ones, you can still fit a folded stroller in there. Like, because
that's right. I always think of the people walking around with the twin strollers. I'm like,
hey, I had a stroller wagon. I still have it, and that sucker would accordion shut close, and I could huck that on the trolley. It was great. I love that thing.
You're going on the trolley.
Yeah.
You need like it's like a 2-person lane dummy, but it's a baby so that you can just get your like big stroller in Disney. It's just like a cooler Disney baby. You open his head, it's cheese dip.
Exactly. Like, dude, it's just snacks. Oh, that's what they were like. Are we going to take the stroller? Because your son is now 7. Are you still going to take it to Disneyland? I said, where am I going to put all my shit if I don't take the stroller? Like, no.
It's just
Yes.
an excuse because they won't let you bring a wagon.
No, they won't.
I
They ban
remember the like,
wagons.
da da da. We got the wagon. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you get there like big signs, no fucking wagons.
It's so fucked up. You know why? Because people wanted to bring their stupid plastic wagons that weren't like real. And I have like this nice ass stroller wagon that I bought for Disney, and they're like, "Oh, they're banned." I'm like, you know what?
I know. Oh yeah, I got there too. I was like, oh, what? Are you fucking?
What? So I
Of
got
all things, bikinis and wagons.
right for $40 on Marketplace. I got one of the jogging strollers with the tray underneath.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
And they got that little back pouch. You could fit so
And
much shit
stick
in
all my
there.
stuff in there, and because Disney. Okay, so here's why the East Coast is soft. So East Coast Disney people are soft because Disney World doesn't even open until like 9, and they close at 8. They're like open from 9 to 8. It's nothing. Disneyland is open from fucking 8 a.m. to midnight. Okay.
You're like, they're Californians, but they can work.
Yeah, they will work. That's right. So we will do 8 a.m. to midnight with the 7-year-old. But I gotta have
the mouse.
right. Oh my god, shocked the hell out of our groom today at the barn. I started asking him questions in Spanish and he started laughing. I'm like, I've been putting you on a little bit. Like, I do have a little bit of Spanish.
You're like, I know a tiny bit. Oh, that's great.
Enough to tell you that I need to pay you, because I pay groom, but he wants cash. So I have to bring cash with me every time I ride.
Yeah, good. Bring some extra.
Yeah, no. Oh, dude, he gets $25 every time I show up. So he's fine.
Good.
Yeah. So, but I have to carry 5, right? So I was like, tengo dinero para two.
Are there $2 coins?
Probably. I don't know.
I think there are $2 coins.
I think there are. I think I have some actually.
I think I'm going to go on the hunt for those. That'd be great to tip people with.
I bet I have some. Yeah, no, they're really cool. But yeah, I don't carry cash really. So now I have to carry. I always have $25 when I go to the bar, but I'm totally not complaining because it saves me an hour to an hour and a half every time. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I roll it I ride at a time. So say I ride at 1. If I was going to do it, I would need to be there by like 45 minutes early, 30 to 45 minutes early to get the horse ready. And then after, it's like another 30 minutes, right? And so I save it's probably an hour and a half. So fine, whatever.
Yeah, that's, it's
totally fair.
Take care of a caddy. That's like,
Yeah, right. That's exactly
make it way more enjoyable.
I can ride on my lunch hour, and I don't have to worry about it. Worry about scheduling and stuff. I can just ride during the day. It's fine. But yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind hauling cash. I'm like, can you please get a Venmo or Bitcoin or I'll pay you in Lightning, whatever you want.
Whatever currency
you want. Madeira.
Oh, you want to hear some Airbnb sagas?
Yes, I do.
Oh yeah. What was the last one? The last one was she obviously never lived around other people because our auto closing door,
right.
Wow, the big fire door at the garage. Oh yeah,
right.
Just all night long. Just go threw it into the room or threw it and you got there.
Yeah.
Fuck, are you kidding me? So it's this iteration of see crazy shit, right? Fuck, people not live. Okay, so then write a new ad. So she was manufacturing something with dyes or markers.
Okay. Yeah.
It was some type of marker shit. So she's like, we got the text on the way out was, I think I might have stained the bed sheets a little bit, but don't worry, it'll come out. Peace out.
Is it destroyed?
Didn't lock the room. Thanks for leaving that open. It's so yeah. So we, yeah. So we get home. Yeah. If you knew you fucking stained the shit, why would you throw the comforter and all that back on top of the stain?
Why wouldn't you like pull it off, like put some water on
strip
it?
the fucking back. Yeah, like maybe does not make it worse. So yeah, anyway, pulled all the shit off. It's like, oh yeah, took a picture of it just in case it didn't come out. And like on the bathroom, the two like brand new, beautiful white fluffy towels, and people are like, fuck, these towels are the best. They're so comfy. Yeah. Like they obviously had something put on them and stained, like outline pattern. Like fuck. So I took a picture of that. I just sent it to her. I was like, don't worry. If it doesn't come out, I'm just going to charge you.
Right. I'm just going to bill your deposit.
Not really upset. It's just cloth, but you know.
Right. But
manufacturing shit on my place is like, dude, they had access to the washing machine. I'm like,
oh my God.
You know, had she just chucked it in the wash and been like, I started the wash, never would have known if it, because it came out in the wash.
Okay. So, you know,
I don't know what
I have done that. I have had like I put like because Dean will sit on the floor and like eat yogurt. So like I'll put a towel down, and we were somewhere, and like he got like yogurt on the towel, and so I washed all the towels before I left. It was like an Airbnb. I got this note from the because like before we left, we cleaned all the floors, started all the laundry, put everything like sorted the laundry, lined it up, wiped all like it was as clean as
put it away.
Like it was as clean as or cleaner than when I got there. I got the nicest note from the Airbnb host. She was like, "Oh my God, you guys didn't have to." I'm like, "Well, I would like to not have my deposit charged one."
Yeah, I like my deposit. Oh, look at that! I can't leave it on too long, or my screen goes.
Oh, did it time out? So one, I like my deposit. Two, I was like, it's your house. Like it's somebody's rental house, right? Like it's not some fucking hotel.
You're like, I'm a homeowner. I get this.
I get it. Yeah. Yikes. So yeah, the more I interact with like,
who's this guy?
Like and I should like I'm old now, so I should like know this. But like, the more I interact with people, the more I'm like, I hate everybody.
Well, yeah. Okay. So that leads to the iterations, right? Because we're, it's like, so now we went back and we're like, okay, less is more, right? We're going to like way less words in this, but way more like way less like, hey, come fucking chill with us. We smoke all that. Nope. It's like, it's a room in a garage. We go in and out of the garage all the time, you know, everybody else like, but so I was like, okay, no more. I had an old picture in there. I'm trying to find that. I'm trying to find that little thing I had on.
Where'd it go?
Where the hell were you? It was down here. Let's see. Smart share. Maybe this works.
That could be it.
Wait till I get my Roku. Then I'm going to be able to have live like YouTube shit in the background. I found this one Pixel channel. Let's see. Oh yeah, check this one out. This was my daytime one. Oh yeah, it's so fun because I could put like the episode.
Did you just get that?
No. Oh shit! I spilled. That was the one that's out in the studio.
Oh, okay.
But I was testing the other day on the 70-inch in the living room because I was like, so if you get a ring light right by the camera that's on you, you can light yourself up enough
to put.
You need you need the tunable bulb because
I have that. Mm-hmm.
If you just go a couple percent at a time, it'll start to balance out with the bright from the TV.
Oh, cool.
And if you put it right around the camera and you're in the middle, the reflection on the TV will be where you are. Like it's right behind you.
Oh, and it'll be behind you. Okay, cool.
So, well, that's why this bar's up here because I got the lights high right now because I don't have the ring light. So that's the one thing I got to get a ring light around the camera because if it's on my screen, it won't matter that I can't see that part of the screen.
My ring light's on a stand. It's its own thing.
Try getting it really close, but then, fuck with sitting in front of your TV. It's fun as hell. So, like, if the TV will play YouTube, you can queue up a couple of whatevers.
I'm gonna get,
and you can have them play behind you. That fractal was great, where it just keeps spinning.
So Costco has pretty good TV sale right now.
Some of these are so stupid. That's why I just experimented with this shit because those Wally World had 65s for. God damn, it was like one night. It was 220, 225. Wow. No, it was so stupid. We were like, fuck, we can just give us 225. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, I'll have to look. I'll look online.
Production expense.
Well, Costco had like nice ones, like the higher for like 500, 600.
The curve, the super 4K,
or like it's QLED is what they are.
Yeah,
so
that's the new expensive, but it's 1 year.
But they were like $600 for like a 75. Like I paid more than that for my 65 in 2000. I guess I bought it in like 2017 or 18.
No, it's my new wall strategy. I'm telling you, don't finish walls.
Just put the TV on it.
Yeah, it's way cheaper per square foot.
I like it. Yeah, I think I agree.
Integrate them, Yeah.
I just need like a giant budget to remodel my house. That would be great.
Okay, back in the day, remember how Gates's house on Lake Washington was all like super secret on the down low architecturally, but he had rooms that were like allegedly like all screens back then. But that's when screens were like fucking $3K.
Grand for
Yeah, but it would so like if he was gonna have a speech in Paris in a week, the house would turn itself into like French. And like he had early AI, so he would give it voice commands and all that bullshit and make him start having to think in French, like daylight. It would daylight, day, night,
change the time and like
it would like warp him into the time over like I got to be there in 3 days, like get in, sleep on the jet, and we're there. Fuck the money, when you got ultimate money.
Well, right, exactly. When you have unlimited funding, then yeah. Oh yeah, if I had unlimited funding, I'd be pulling walls down in this house. Like, because oh my god, like tell me yeah, they didn't hire an engineer to build it. They just made everything shear wall because they're lazy. So everything's stacked and like so it makes the layout like not great. Like there's a lot of wasted space. Like I could do if I started knocking down walls, I could do some badass.
The nice thing is now you own it, so you can.
I can if I feel like it. If I get really ambitious. I actually am gonna hire somebody to come help me organize and get it like put back together. I forget. She said she's like $20 an hour, and so I'm gonna have her come like 2 or 3 hours every other week to just like do anything.
Yeah, even just taking everything out of a room completely into like the garage, and then like okay, now we got to put it back. But should we put it back? Then you got to have a plan to go wrong.
Like, you know how when you come back from a trip and you have like a shitload of laundry, like I can do the laundry, but like if she could put it away, that's going to save me like a ton of time. And I can do something
that kind of stuff. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I just need, and she's like a mom and her kids are all in school now. So she just is like looking for something to do during the day. And I'm like, well, I work from home. So you can do it whenever you want. I don't care.
Yeah, that's a little angel person.
Yeah, that's what I need. So finally I was like, okay, I got to do this. I got to make room on my budget. So say it's $60 every 2 weeks. So
this backdrop is way darker, isn't it?
Yeah. So the sun went down. So now it's dark behind me.
Look at this. See, I do need the tunable lights for sure.
Yeah. So mine will change. Let me find my button. So mine will actually change temperature. So it can go that color or that color.
See, that's when I was messing with those color changing lights.
Yeah, mine changes color.
Because it doesn't matter the color light you're shining at yourself doesn't really like your effect on the screen is a lot different than you would think. Because the one I ended up with was like way red, yellow, something, but it was counteracting the TV differently. Because I've
had to play with this one because I'm on video calls like all day. So
I need a video call. You need a puppet or something.
Well, they don't care. Like if I'm like, I gotta turn my camera off. Like they're like, that's fine. We don't care. But usually I try and be on because
there's going to be just a good enough like robotic version of you that you're going to be able to get just put in the chair and just like then you can just be on the beach and your thing will blink and like move all around.
There is already contract review AI out there.
Okay. You would still do it, but it would appear that you were in a chair when really you could be at the beach. Because if you snap things on your fingers and it can know how your movements were, it would just move just like you would.
So advantage to my job, I could actually do that. They wouldn't care. Like I could just be like, I'm on the beach, and they'd be like, whatever.
You got
hit your deadlines.
Job.
As long as I hit my deadlines and I'm available, they don't care where I am.
They just want your brain power.
My brain. It's just fine because they can have it. Because apparently that's the only thing my brain is good for now. Is reviewing contracts.
Effing contracts.
I tell you guys, everybody, if you're watching, transportation right now is super hot. We just walkable cities and
okay, they're putting in a huge what do you call it? Looks to me, because it has a car stripe, but it's not a car size. It's a walk path, but you wouldn't put a stripe down a walk path. So it looks to me like they're setting up bike trails all the way from Federal Way now. Like it goes up past the airport.
It's a bike trail. They call it like a multi-use trail.
Now, what is next? Like the 350 kilowatt version of the electric bikes.
They're going to be required to have a license is what's next.
Well, yeah, but the 350s just hit the market, so the price went down by a huge other magnitude, especially around here. And if you're going to go on those maintained bikes, their altitudes are like very, like they're putting them on routes that are easy. So I'm like, fuck.
Oh yeah.
They just want people to like, man, okay, I got 10 miles to the office. Geez, I could be there on my little bikey thing, like literally in 15 minutes. Or think about no stop signs. You every crosswalk.
Yeah.
You come near.
So next time they have it, there's a Seattle Electric whatever expo.
The electric vehicle thing, right? Or it was all electric.
So everything. Fun. Like, and you can test drive. I was test driving like $10,000 e-bikes. Like it was so fun. Like we should go and do a live.
But those e-bikes are now like coming down to like 5, and the 5s are 3, and the 3s are about 13.
Costco's got one for under 2.
No, we looked at them. They're 13. There's folding and non-folding. And the hubs on those are 500. The hubs on like the Walmart version of those and the Amazon version of those are 350 kilowatt.
Okay,
and that's how they're competing on price. So they're all in this $1,200, $1,300 range. They all have a thing now that's legit.
Yeah,
it's a legit bike. Now I don't know how much it'll hold up.
Yeah, I got
Josh is Mr. Field Cook. I'll swing in at the end.
So I got
the smokehouse build must not have gone correctly.
So I test drove like probably 10 different e-bikes, and what I found was I'm fucking short, which should not be a shock to anybody, but e-bikes are so much heavier than a regular bike. I can kind of
ridiculous.
I can't. I have to have a bike that fits me. So the only one that makes a bike in my extra small size right now is Trek, and they're like $8,000. So so I gotta wait, or somebody who I met through maybe one of the Freedom Cells. He's very cool. He's got a place in Portland and a place in Puerto Rico. He was telling me that you can totally build your own for like.
Oh, no. Yeah, we've been looking up parts because it's like, okay, what's the standard bike hub?
He's got a parts list. He's got like just buy this and build. Yeah. So
the standard hub was 500 kW, but if this 350 standard is gonna like, you don't need like. You're not 400 pounds.
Right. I don't need all that.
So maybe like we don't need. The other thing was I was asking somebody that had theirs were 500s. How much will it pull? Like in a wagon?
Oh, yeah.
If we put that little red card on the back of it with wheels.
I have a bike wagon.
How much weight can we put on it? And his answer is the dealer tells him 400 pounds.
Oh, that's more than enough.
Right. Because it's on wheels. You're pulling. Yeah. And he said on a steep grade, you're going to have to, assist. So you got to be in the right, go gear down and assist. But we don't really think of it. It's mostly going across.
Well, yeah, there's no hills here. I mean, not.
No, I mean, like campy camp. There's up and down a little bit, not a lot, but it's mostly back and forth, a little up. So So we're looking at that like, hey, this could be the way to move shit around without and have fun stuff to ride around. Even
better than a wagon if you can get. So they make a 2-kid bike trailer that's meant for that. 2 big ass wheels.
Oh yeah, with the little rain hood and
I have that, and I keep saying I'm gonna sell it, but it's got like a 200-pound weight limit. My kid weighs 45 pounds. Like,
yeah, let's rip the top off it, throw decking on it, and use it for hauling shit around for sure. Oh, here. Oh, Renegade Butcher's popping in. Smokehouse build is going okay. Just poured the slab. Okay.
Okay.
The repaired smoker. Yeah, I heard about the repaired smoker was rolling. He said, "Do you hear that he burned? Did you hear about burning the end off the propane?"
No.
Oh no, fuck! I don't. Oh, so it was in his shop,
and
he had the smoke. I think it was inside. I don't know how it could have been inside though. He said the flame was 16 feet tall, so it melted. It got so hot by that end that goes into the burner because I think his burner got so fucking old and he never like replaced it. It corrodes and all that, and so it got hot enough to melt the end of that hose off. So then you had a hose of just blasting propane. Yeah, so I guess the whole thing. Yeah, he said like 16-foot flames. Somebody's like, God, I hope you recorded that. Like last thing I was doing was going for my phone.
And then you don't want to reach it to turn it off because you don't want it to blow up. And you're like,
Well, he said he grabbed it. That was the first thing he did was turn it off. So stop the feeding it. And then it's rebuildable. So he got that going already. He went and got all the parts and that's rolling. But he's like, fuck that. That taught him his lesson. He had plans forever to build a real. So now they just poured the slab. Hey, slab's done.
Hey, that's the big part, right?
How long should you wait before you put weight on building off on concrete?
A couple weeks in this weather.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. No. Wow. It's like 40s down there, right?
Yeah, but it's wet.
So you throw. Okay, you're a construction person. We would, but not advice. Would you chuck?
I can give you construction advice. I just can't give you legal advice.
Would you chuck plastic on top of it?
No. Well, it depends.
You'd want it to dry as fast as it could. You want to keep it dry.
No. So you got to look and see what the recommended humidity is for the mix that you bought.
It's on the bag.
Yep. And so if you're dry, you gotta stand out there and mist the sucker. And if it's too wet, then you gotta cover it, but not on it. You gotta lift it so there's air, right?
So when you cover concrete, you should go throw a couple 5-gallon buckets and then chuck something over the top.
Put something on the corners.
Okay.
Unless it's too dry, and then you can cover it. But
so if it was their summertime, you'd want to really slow.
Yeah, no. If it in Texas in the summer, if you're gonna pour concrete in the summer, you literally have to have a dude out there with a hose, like misting it.
Because the heat of the concrete settings
it'll dry so fast it'll crack because it was big. So, this
is a good time of year to pour it when it's going to cure slow.
Yeah, I would rather pour it now than in August down there. Because fuck that. That's like we get so many claims in like, whoa, we poured the concrete and it was 140 and it cracked. Well, yeah.
I think he's doing. He said he's going to do cinder block filled with sand.
That works
for the thermal load.
But the slab is also perfect. Then it's perfect. The slab's
under a pole barn. Oh,
you don't have to do anything but watch the humidity in the area, right?
Right. Oh, that's beautiful.
But in this now, perfect. It's like perfection. It just takes longer because it's cold.
Okay. Here, hold on. We got more info.
Perfect.
Hold on. Okay.
I'll probably start talking Black Friday or Saturday. Stacking Black Friday.
Yeah, okay. Putting 2 or 3 layers up a day because it's going to be like a 4x4 smokehouse.
But the slab is also So the slab's under the pole barn, totally fine. Yeah, if you're pouring under a roof, then you're cool.
Yeah,
that's actually ideal because you can control it.
Boom! I love it. 4x4. That's a nice size smokehouse.
I haven't even started drinking, you guys. I'm so behind today. I'm drinking Dr. Pepper Zero. That's how sad my life is right now. I was so good. Like I got up today because I'm definitely doing the Dr. Berry 1 meal a day situation, right? Like that's kind of fine for me. So I got up today. I'm like, I'm kind of hungry, but I'm fine. I drank some, I had green tea. I had some more green tea, and I went and rode. And then I got home, and at 3:30, I was like, yeah, I need Dr. Pepper.
You're like, fucking, I want a Dr. Pepper so bad.
So the zero is less. Okay, so Dr. Berry, I said, how bad is this? He said, well, it's less bad than a full sugar soda.
It's like it's less bad. No, you know what? Yeah, I grabbed some Shasta cream soda, diet cream soda. So it's sucralose, which is yellow of the pink, yellow, and blue.
Oh yeah.
It's less bad, but I did notice next to it there was one of the fancy root beer companies that now has a zero that's stevia.
This is aspartame, but there is a stevia.
Aspartame is bad. Like, that's bad. The pink.
That's not good. That's formaldehyde. So you know, it's not good.
But it's Diet Dr. Pepper.
It is.
It's so addictive. I think that shit is addictive.
It's hella addictive. Oh no!
Like Rachel's still drinking Chardonnay. Oh my god!
Since I was a kid.
Earlier show, she's like, I'm cracking the Chardonnay. She's like, I busted out of work after 4 fucking hours. I was like, wait, I thought I was more of a Liebermilch show.
Yeah, well, I did text my my coworker in Mexico because I was like, hey, what was the tequila you were sending me? Because it was really good, and I want to give some out as presents. So he sent me the 3 that we were drinking.
What did he say? What are they?
I will tell everybody what it is.
Coming up for tequila recommendations from
Patty. So here's the tequila recommendations. He said. He also volunteered to bring me some back if I needed him to. So Tequila Ocho is one, and then El Tesoro is the other one, and then the other one that he said is his favorite is 1800 Cristalino.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm going to look those up and see if I can get them here. If not, I'll have to get them the next time I'm down there, which is probably not that far out.
1800 Cristalino. Does that have a cool bottle?
I don't know. They had cool bottles at Costco, tequila ones. They were cool.
Oh, I think somebody might have just pinged in. Nope. Oh, that's the Airbnb.
That is a $109 bottle of tequila. Hold on a sec here. Oh, that's a big one, though. That's a 1.75 liter. I don't need that much.
Sucralose 3 fucks me up less than the aspartame. But fuck all of it. Aspartame wrecks my gut, says Josh.
Aspartame doesn't bother my stomach for whatever reason. Okay, so 1800 Tequila Cristalino, 375 milliliters. Is that a normal size? I don't know.
What's the size? How many mils?
375 milliliters.
Oh, hold on.
I don't know. I gotta convert it. I'm like, hi, I'm an American. 12 ounces. Okay, that's like not a lot. That's like 2 soda cans. Okay, so that's a little bottle. That's $30. So the big bottle, 1.75 liters. Is that a normal size bottle? I don't know. It's like $100. So I might get some just, it's not like it goes bad. I might get one just to like have around. Wrestling or reselling?
Reselling. Reselling. Oh.
Drinking.
I can't get sucked into Airbnb now. Oh, it's our current guests.
Oh no.
Airbnb.
And it's in stock at Tukwila South Side if you want to go to South Center and get shot, because there was another one. Did you see that?
What? Okay. Well, okay. So it did that double murder at Boeing.
Yeah.
That was like right when the kids were like, one was getting off shift and one was getting on shift.
Dude.
So like, yeah, one of them missed that by like minutes.
Well, most of this stuff is like happening at like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Right. Yeah.
One at Bass Pro. Like somebody got shot at Bass Pro, but it was like 3 in the morning. So obviously it wasn't. So I think they should report them not as shooting at Bass Pro, because that's ridiculous. They should report it as like shooting in city in vacant parking lot. You know what I mean? Because it's not like.
Well, the one at Bass Pro is there's a huge homeless camp off 272nd down there. Yeah. And it's like. Yeah, there's bullshit homeless stuff every night, but it does make the news of like Bass Pro.
No, it didn't.
Night. It's like, oh, good. Yeah, come on down, families.
Yeah, like,
to our bowling alley and stuff.
Bass Pro, I might have something to say about that reporting. Like I might have some commentary about, please don't report that there was a shooting at my store. Like, that's not okay. Okay, so that tequila is like $100. Let's see what this other one is. This is not shocking to me at all because of we were being fancy down there.
Wrestling or Riesling? That's Josh to Rachel. He's giving her shit for drinking fancy.
Oh, I get it. Okay, see, I don't know it. Why? Okay, the one is like $50.
Which one?
The tequila ocho is like 50 or $100 depending on
Okay,
the
so
size.
people might not know the liquor story in Washington State. Oh my God. Yeah, like all the state laws are so crazy. Like Texas, where you could do drive-through booze, where they would like literally hand you fucking daiquiris and like while you were driving. Remember that?
New Orleans is like that.
That wasn't too long ago, but shit, yeah. Washington had Pennsylvania, right? You could only buy beer from the state at state stores, so there were beer tunnels.
So yes.
And you didn't get out of the car. They would just like you couldn't touch anything. Don't touch anything. You can't touch anything. Like until it was you paid, you couldn't touch it.
Well, how do I know what I'm buying? I don't know what to buy. I gotta go look at it and like play with it.
It was the craziest shit. But then they would deliver to your house like with a note under the mat because like kids would never call in a fucking order.
Right.
Oh my fuck! Oh, but Washington,
Texas, you can't buy liquor in the grocery store anymore. You have to go to a liquor store.
Oh, so they took it out of common grocer and made it into liquor stores.
I went to Target and I was like, oh, I'll get something to share at TSP while I'm at Target. And I was like, there's only wine here. Like, I don't want that,
Was it ever in the grocery stores in Texas?
I don't know.
So, okay. So Washington, it was only in state stores. Run. Like it would look like Mr. and Mrs. Lee would run the store or like I'd run a store, but I wouldn't and they wouldn't. Nobody owned the store. They leased from the paint in. They didn't own the inventory. They didn't own anything. None of it.
But they changed it, right?
That was back in the day. Yeah, that was so that it was 100% state monopoly on all alcohol sold in Washington State.
That's like
but they had this face that wasn't, but there were only, remember how many, you weren't here in the old days. There were literally only X number of liquor licenses per county.
Oh my God.
But you've come in the Wild West days now. Yeah, but fuck, like Pierce County was growing by like 100% every year and a half back in the early 90s. And there's only like the guy who had the liquor license out at 224 South past South Puyallup. So like it was Graham. Right. There was nothing for 40 fucking all those. Like there was one liquor license in the barbershop.
Oh my God.
Think how much money that guy lost when it went to like everywhere. And like everywhere. So yeah, Costco. So but the downside of it, all the downside, the state ran it all. So like vodkas in Washington, when vodkas exploded throughout the U.S., right? There was the brewing revolution, then the vodka revolution, gin revolution. None of it could be done here because you literally could only drink 8 vodkas. The guys that got on the list and sold the 5 commissioner panel of what should be allowed in a store was like, because the state owned it and sold it all. So if
it's
they
like in California,
and it all came to a central warehouse and went out of a central warehouse. Think about how much graft. Fuck.
Wow.
So yeah, Costco funded. I don't know how many million. There was 2 votes. The second vote cracked it because Safeway finally figured out, like, we can be in so they teamed up with Costco.
Everybody's gonna grab a bottle of vodka at Safeway while they're getting their groceries.
And now it's all liquor everywhere of any kind.
Well, so California's always been that way. California's been like, whatever.
But we ended that liquor fucking control board. And in that same exact vote, they started the cannabis control board. And it was all the exact same humans. So they literally like took the signs off their door at 8 a.m. and put them back on that just said cannabis control board and with their same name.
That sucks.
We tried to fire them, like literally. So that was their when they figured out Costco they would never beat Costco on the outspending with Safeway, like on them too. They capitulated. So they were like, fuck it. What can we grab that's as big a marketplace that we can float all this I mean, because you can't end the graft, right? Right. Yeah. Fuck. That'd be all your buddies that have stay-home jobs that would have to go get a job.
Here's the list. The states that still control all the liquor stores. You got Alabama, Idaho, New Hampshire, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Utah, and Virginia.
That still have 100% monopoly on all alcohol.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, okay. They're probably funding like anti-drinking campaigns too.
Oh, Idaho's a trip. I went there for the first time. Like, I don't know. I was probably in college, and I was like, I thought this was a freedom state. What is literally wrong with you people? So like, no,
state, just like all of them.
Not. You're like, oh, these states are more free. I'm like, free to do what? It depends.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to marry your cousin or get friendly with a pig?
But you can't buy a bottle of vodka on Sunday, for God's sake.
No, you better be giving that up on Sunday. At Saturday at midnight, you gotta find Jesus. Save me, baby Jesus.
You gotta go talk to baby Jesus because
a little shaking and baking.
Well, like,
there we go, Monday.
If anybody knows anything about like ancient times, those people were wasted 100% of the time.
You couldn't drink water; you would die.
You would die. It was like mead, beer, wine, whatever. Moonshine.
Yeah, like literally, you would die if you drank water.
You literally could not drink anything but fermented water. Okay, like you would die of dysentery. Like it would be the Oregon Trail. Like you've died of dysentery. Like. You can't. Like, the stuff that people get bent over in like freedom communities, I'm like, literally, why do you care?
Yeah, where's the place we get to like just have like everybody leave me the fuck alone?
Where's that? Where's leave me the fuck alone stand?
Building like, codes. Like, I don't know. It seems like your money that's building it. Good luck with that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Like, oh, there was a rant in the TSP group, and I think it was about. I feel like it was drag queen story time that people were mad about again, but this one was like at a private. It wasn't at like any public land. It was on like a private. I don't know, where somebody's theater or something.
We're not talking like at the library.
No, it was at like a theater, and I was like, why do you fucking care? Like,
yeah, drag teams stream story time seems to get a lot of press.
People like, and it's if you've ever been, it's really fun. Like it's awesome, actually. Like it's really good. Like, sorry, from LA, I used to go to the drag brunches. They're really fun. Like it's theater, So yeah, I'm like, okay, dude. If people wanted to go to that, they should like. Is it a freedom group or is it not a freedom group?
Yeah, like have you been to like a lot?
Right? I'm like,
there are a lot of different shit these days.
Like this should be the least of your concerns. Did you know that your state just banned guns? Oh, you were too worried about the drag queens? Oopsie! Like
yeah. Oops, they just snuck in a fucking mag ban.
Hey, like. Well, that's why I went on a tear about like abortion or whatever. I'm like, okay, celebrate now, but the same law they use for that is why you're allowed to homeschool. So don't try crying to me about it when they come after your ass for homeschooling. I told you so. I'm gonna hold up a sign that says "I told you so."
What was who bitching about what? Hold on.
Someone was like, I'm so happy the Supreme Court banned abortion. I'm like, one, the Supreme Court didn't ban abortion. Okay.
They did not.
They did not.
They say it's not a federal issue. Wasn't that the ruling?
No, they said it's not a federal issue. They said it's not a federal issue.
Like that's the whole ruling, right?
That's the whole ruling. This is that. But the problem with the ruling, though, is like, and also homeschooling, HIPAA is not a federal issue. So depending on where you live.
So when they get around to it and it falls the same, then you'll be stuck with whatever your state has set up.
Whatever your state has to say.
If that's your thing, then go to the state that agrees with you.
If that's your thing, then you need to go. Yeah, you got to think about an exit plan if you care about that stuff. Because
because just the state will have the say. The lowest level. Yeah. And then hopefully your state's like, we don't fucking care. Let the counties deal dick with it.
Yeah.
And then King County can just be crazy and all the farmers won't have to deal with it.
Exactly. Well, everybody like shits on California, but like California is so easy to homeschool in. You like file one paper and then they like don't care. You file like one thing and they're like, "Okay, great, bye." You know, like
I exist as a human. I'm here. That's like your paperwork.
yeah, you have to make a like a homeschooling. It's not a homeschooling corporation, but it's like a homeschooling whatever. And then they never talk to you. You like file a renewal. It's like one page. Like they don't care. There's like no testing. Like everyone's like, that's exactly what it is. It's like our business license in Washington. You know how the business license in Washington is like click.
The AI is like pay here.
Yeah, it's like click.
Thank you for your money.
Yeah, it's great.
Hey, look, it's Grandma Fran.
Yay!
Oh, that was Rachel talking about her 1.75.
Oh yeah, well, it's almost a 2-liter soda bottle. Yeah, okay,
she's drinking Riesling. Oh Jesus Christ!
Okay,
you mix that with like a 2 liter of 7-Up, you're gonna have a bad tomorrow. Remember, there's turkey that has to be cooked.
So that's like my Grey Goose, my big Grey Goose bottle that I get at Costco. That lasts me like 3 years. So I think that would be okay.
Oh fuck. The kids were having parties out in the studio, so I was trying to get them to go through all the old liquor. I was like, hey, so this tequila like says 30 years old, and I've had it in the closet for 20. You should drink it.
It's either really good or it tastes like ass. I don't know.
I had a 20-year-old Tawny port in there that I gave them. I was like, seriously, that went up there so long ago, I can't remember. Like, and it says 20 on the bottle. And yeah, they tried, they go, yank, like rip the cork right in half. I'm like, when I tell you it's old, that means fragile.
Yeah, like the Grey Goose. Okay, yeah. So that much tequila would last me like 3 years.
Like your Grey Goose. Oh shit. Hey, if anybody out there is into super awesome cigars, where's my little list? Oh, look.
You should have brought that to Barter Blanket.
Well, it was going down there. Did you see what I posted about the oh yeah, that's my list of cigars that I have available. So they're all in like classical books. Did you see that post?
I did. That was cool.
Like Tale of Two Cities and all. So that big glass case that looks like a library here. How about that? Partagas. Oh, those Partagas 1845s are yummy. Those Monte Cristos.
You can clarify that's how many you have, not
that's how many I have of each cigar left in that case. I think all the cases
are. So nobody text Brian and say that you want a $4 cigar because that's not.
Yeah, that's like a fuck. I don't know. That's like probably a $20 cigar. Those Bolivar Maduros are dark. Maduro means dark wrapper. Fuck.
I don't know anything about that stuff.
Macanudos, that's a light wrapper.
My papa smokes cigars, so I know what a good one smells like. But other than that,
that's like I might save one or two, but I don't know. We'll see. If nobody wants them at a decent offering, the cool thing about them is they all come in the. Go back and look at one of my old posts. They're like old timey books, like Tale of Two Cities, and then you open it up. It's a cigar box.
If somebody wants the cigar and not the box, I will buy the box off you.
Oh yeah, it would look good. You know what? You should make a deal with somebody who wants all the cigars. That would look good, like in a law library behind you, because it's all the fancy books, like in the nice rosewood case.
I love that. Okay, so if anybody wants the cigars and not the books, hit me up because I'll split it with you.
Hey, Mark, do a barter. Somebody that needs some electrical services.
Oh my god, cigars. I gotta get on that. I just need to do the paperwork. All I have to do is fill out. So Washington is weird. So you know how in other states to get your contractor's license, you need to take all these tests and do all this shit.
Right.
So Washington's not like that. Washington, you literally just get your contractor's license and just apply for it. And then it's the trades that need the crazy licenses.
Right, so, as long as you're manager and not doing the work, they want the workers licensed in the management.
So as long as like the electrical guy has the electrician's admin license, which Mark has,
right?
I'm gonna go just get my contractor's license, and then I can do all the. I just have to find 5 seconds and do it. But
yeah, helping people remodel shit legitly where you can go get permits for them and stuff. Half the deal is people don't want to pull permits.
We're just going to do electrical stuff on the weekends. Like people like that need a panel or need a breaker or need a car charger or need a whatever. Like that's a one-day thing. Like
Oh yeah, because you could you know what? You start paying the $5 to put on Craigslist
Yeah,
in the ad section for
yeah,
doing the installs in the garages
yeah,
correctly,
exactly.
and just
Correctly
do them
and
all UL
yeah,
per the manufacturer. Fuck it,
yeah,
and then that's the minimum you'll do.
yeah. Correctly and now. Get right? Because the waiting list is 6, 8 months right now. So um,
Yeah, that's the thing. We can get it. Yeah, you should just double the price
yeah,
of what the going rate is and be like, yeah, we'll do it next week.
we're just gonna do a flat fee and like, oh yeah, we'll do it. It's gonna be a flat fee, and then it's like if your panel is in the garage, it's
Or
one price.
plus more. Yeah, if we gotta go
If I gotta go down there, then it's another price.
right, right. Yeah, there's the install in the garage with the panel in the garage.
Right. And the other thing I think he should do is generator installs or even just transfer switches, because up here everybody's like, I have a generator, what do I do with it?
The transfer switch where you can make the cord to go to their generator. So it just hangs out there. When they fire it up, it just doof, doof, shuts itself.
Yeah, so if you have a good transfer switch, you literally just plug your generator into your panel
And it knows that it got energized.
and turn your generator on, and it powers whatever circuits. Like, I'm going to start sounding dumb if I talk about this in too much detail.
Well, no, but it's a way you're backfeeding but it
Yeah,
takes it off the
so
grid so nobody can
right.
get hurt
You
outside
take
your
it off
house.
the
It
grid, you
feeds
put it
your
on
house.
the generator. You can dictate like what circuits run off the generator, so it's not like your whole house that is eating your generator. It's just like, I want my fridge and my that's kind of it. My heater to run off.
Don't do any of this shit yourself unless you
Don't do any of this shit yourself, please. You will blow your ass up.
Oh
Like,
no! And my house is so fucked up wired. Even if I did it right out at that end, I know
probably
shit in the wall is like crossed. So
that's good insurance. I don't know.
yeah, no.
Real good insurance. Somebody was asking, like, hey, I bought this house and I have to get insurance on it, but it's like super janky and I want to remodel it and I bought it and the bank's insisting I buy insurance. Like, how do I find insurance that's like not from a real insurance company because I want to be outside the system? And I was like,
Dude,
dude, you got to call your bank because they're going to repossess your shit. Okay? Like, you can't do that.
yeah, you should get a for sale sign up that says "as is" as quick
That's
as
what I said. I was like,
that's so funny.
I'm like, or just go buy normal insurance. And they're like, well, I can't because they won't insure it if I'm going to tear it down. I'm like, well, duh. Like, I don't really know what to tell you, but you should call your bank and talk to them because you're in trouble. Like, I'm telling you,
that's the dun dun dun.
God is what it
After
is.
you sign it closing and you hear the dun dun dun.
Yeah, I was like, maybe you should call your title insurance because, like, I feel like that's something that the bank.
Yeah, if you got sold an uninsurable property,
Yeah, I was like,
for habitation, but he doesn't want to habit it. He wants
he
to
wants to remodel it.
remodel it, which should be like a whole other kind of insurance, not a dwelling, because basically it's red tagged then.
Well, it's a different loan. It's not red tagged, but I guess
it's habitable, but he wants to whack it, but
I
it's
don't
not
think it is though. But
up to spec.
but they financed it, so somebody financed it.
Yeah, so somebody signed off on the appraisal, right?
Doesn't claim to me.
And when you're signing off on the home inspection for the lender, you like signing off that it meets like has flooring, has electric system.
Like my guy like poked his head in the attic and made sure like it wasn't covered in mold.
Because the roof has to be able to last like 5 more years after you buy the house.
Yeah, which mine will not. But I was like, please don't look really hard at the roof.
Like, let me get through. Yeah, but their definition of getting through is
terrible. Oh no, the guy was super cool because we did have a leak while we were in escrow. It was bad. And I was like, oh fuck. So like I got up there, cleaned it
all. Oh, that's right. That's when you were finding the emergency roofer.
Yeah, I never found one. Mark patched. We went and bought a bundle of shingles and
got up and did it.
Just got up and did it. I mean, it was just tar paper and shingles. It was fine, but it does need a roof. Like at some point, the quote I got was like solar ready, right? So the supports to put the solar on, but not the $22,000.
So after you do the roof, then they put the bars on.
Well, they do all of it. They do the roof and the bars and the whatever, and then and then all I have to do is slap the solar on it.
solar ready right now. That doesn't sound horrible.
It's not awful, but it's more than I really want to pay. So
it's always that's how it always is. But I'm
so,
like just thinking about the market, and then like, you're gonna do the good shingles, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the good shingles.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I mean,
I'm only doing the shit once. Yeah,
right, 50 year.
Oh yeah,
one and done.
I'm only doing it once. But they were really, really busy when they gave me the quote, so I'm gonna wait till next summer and get another quote.
No, I'm telling you, my buddy that did my place.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have a
let them go talk. Yeah, at least let them bid it. It's funny because I had two friends that both do roofing. Yeah, fuck, let them both bid it. They were within $75 of each other.
Oh yeah, okay, cool.
That's how tight they were.
They've kind of got a monopoly in my neighborhood because like all the homeowners were like, we're gonna get together and we're all gonna hire them and get a discount. I'm like, no, you're not.
You're a steep roof, right?
Yeah, it's a little steep.
Yeah, it's a little steep pitch. I'm trying to think.
Nobody uses
it's not horrible, but yeah,
I get up there all the time. No, it's fine.
When they go to bid on what they're cranking into their computer, because it's just a formula.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's and there's not a lot of weird stuff up there. Great. There's not a lot of curves or anything like
that. No, you don't have that pokey out.
No, stuff. I don't have anything weird. But I want them to do like that, like nice gutters, so I could have my rain barrel system.
That's what you need to think about, where to stick all that water for. Like, could you feed like front yard pond one where it goes like underground and it pops up right by like bloop bloop.
Yep. I'm gonna do front yard water feature for
the whatever you gotta call it to make it fly.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna put like an IBC tote on the side of the house as my like extra. And then I'm going to pump it back to my wicking beds in the back. And then it'll be an ebb and flow system with the pond and the wicking bed. And then I won't have to touch it.
Going in. And then you got to think of the torrential rains for like when it really is like pumping in and it
then I'll just send it. I'm on top of that drainage pond behind me. I have a drainage
so you're just going out towards the drainage
pond. I just send it down to the drainage pond.
Yeah. Because you put it into your tote, then out of your tote.
Into the tote and then out. Yep.
Boom. In and out.
Done.
In a little strainers around to keep it. But you don't really have trees on top of you.
No. The one fell finally, which made me very happy because it fell away from me and I wanted it gone. And then
if you don't know if they get shit on by a pine tree's like
yeah, not my thing.
Never ends.
Yeah, no. And then the pine tree in the back I'm taking out. So there won't be anything up there.
Yeah. Then you want a bunch of just junk in the tanks all the time, and
notice. In an 800 square foot backyard, who plants a big ass Doug fir in the corner? Really? Like
people who don't think like down the road. You could popsicle that thing to like except for the top like 5 feet of it, and just always keep it. And someday you'd have a cool log to like cut into a tree or
it's
cut
like
into
40 foot tall. It's this big around.
20?
30, 40. It's enormous.
You want me to just cut is it on your place?
Yeah, it's mine.
Fuck, let's just cut all the branches off of it, except for the top like 10 feet.
I've been cutting them up higher and higher. I get out there with the whole.
Yeah, you just need. I got big ladders and like,
like we can just do it when we want to.
Electric chainsaw. This is right. It'll be for the win.
That'll be my. No, I'm gonna get a Miley, man. Like we get something fancy, like a nice one.
Electric, yeah. Oh, what's that one that auto sharpens itself?
Oh, I think it is a Miley that auto sharpens. Jack was
it has that feature of touching the button and you're back to like, boom, that's a sharp. That would be worth some extra dough.
Speaking of chainsaws at Jack's, did you read the drama with the chop and drop and the dude and you see it?
Oh, yeah.
I missed the whole thing. I was asleep.
So no, it wasn't that big a deal. But I saw Jack's like talking at working it out with the guy or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was. I mean, he was nicer than I would have been, honestly.
No, I know. It's like.
I mean, he was complaining about Wednesday, and I was like, a lot of people don't even get there until really late Wednesday. So.
Well, I wasn't there. I have no idea, but I just like. Usually Occam's razor, right?
You're right.
So it was somebody with the spouse there. So that changes a lot of dynamics, especially like if the spouse isn't like as into the thing or they're just there because whatever. And like, then if there's like perceived like slight or whatever, then you got the like, well, yeah, fuck that. Like, if you're there by yourself, you're like talking, then you're kind of forced to talk to somebody else and like, hey, Jack just blew me off. They're like, no, he didn't. He's just fucking insanely busy right this second.
Right.
Just like, come here, we'll do a shot with you, fucker. Ah! You know, but if you're there with your spouse, you just probably go sit on the couch and stew.
Yeah.
You know, and then the next time you go to do an interaction, you've been stewing on it.
And you're already mad. Like,
yeah, I just see how it cascades into shit. I know how Chicken Joe gets with like
totally.
If she wasn't going into that happy and wanting to be there and then
we got to come up with the Chicken Joe version for my husband. What do we call him?
Yeah, we need. Oh goddamn! Well, okay, that came from when we were. Remember the very, very first testing of all the video gear.
Oh yeah.
And the StreamYard. No, I think back then I was not even on StreamYard. I was using some other free something on my phone. But we made a show of us driving around in the car and on the dashboard.
I do remember that.
It was Chicken Joe and. I was a little gnome with the blue hat, and the camera was like behind Chicken Joe and the gnome. So when we could go in the car, like everything.
Oh, yeah,
it was fucking great. Then we would comment on all the fucking crazy like people that dash out in front of the cars and.
Yeah, my town's a good place for that. People are stupid out here.
Fuck,
it's so bad.
It's the whole like they want to get hit.
Yeah.
They do. They really want to badly because it's just all of a sudden like, a trip in the warm ambulance.
Yeah.
Like, and then I get to like feel important because people are going to come talk to me and fill out paper.
And
then I'm going to get a chance to try to sue some shit.
It's so oblivious. Funny. Like I was going to somewhere in Auburn and I had to go through the 10 Trails development, the big one. And it's traffic circles, right? And somebody we saw it. We knew they were coming.
And like straight and hit the fucking traffic circle?
Hit it. She just blew through the traffic circle around the traffic circle and didn't stop or look or nothing. And we were like, damn. Like, I was like, Nick Ferguson got a bar and chain oil that has microbes or something that helps break down the wood. We were talking about seeding our bars and chains with psilocybin.
Yeah. So we were talking about putting mushrooms in different kind of.
I'm never going to repeat that, Rachel, because he can hear me. I'm not repeating that.
We're going to put that up on the screen.
We put it on the screen. I'm not going to.
Okay, only those of you viewing live.
Not like you can't watch the show, but you know.
No, he's got to be like,
something.
Chicken Joe. He could be like a panther, like lightning. What's the good electric characters? Are there any like?
What is that?
Someone
come up with a good like.
Animal furry that's electric. Pikachu.
Oh yeah.
Boom. There we go. I just got a Pikachu Pez for somebody's Christmas stocking today.
Oh, love that. What did I buy?
I was like Pez dispensers. I haven't seen those in 20 years. I can't resist that.
Oh, so we got to come up for something with the 7-year-old too. I say his name.
Yeah, when's Hanukkah start? When are you going to start giving them stuff?
It's like December 18th or 19th.
Oh, fuck, it's late.
It's late this year, thank God. Last year it was like, and it's Thanksgiving, and it's fucking Hanukkah.
No, it was. I came to drop your coffee off or whatever. Like, whoa, the llama's up.
Yeah, because it was.
And you're like, fuck off. People
It was like November 30th or something last year. It was so bad.
It was ridiculous.
Never again. That was horrible.
Oh, okay. So now it's at the far end. Okay, good.
The far end. Yeah. So we had our leap month, and then so like the Jewish calendar had a leap month instead of a leap year or a leap day.
And now it'll come backwards.
Now it'll come back, so it's good. So yeah, good. Like super early. So I got Dean really cool like character onesies. They had like Minecraft and like.
Nice. Furry Friday. He can have something to choose.
He has like a whole thing. Like, so he's swimming now, right? So I have him for after swim. He puts on the onesie. runs the car because it's really freaking cold outside.
Wasn't that Michael Phelps that always wore the onesie?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Lungs of steel.
Well, I want to start getting them for skiing too because they have cool ski ones.
Oh yeah, wear some long john shit, like a couple layers of the high tech,
and put on
and then a onesie.
Well, there's a couple companies that are making ski onesies that are crazy. They're like waterproof. They're for skiing.
Yeah, if you would make that inner layer, well, you would need to make it breathable though.
They have Gore-Tex ones, and
that's
crazy.
What I mean, like Gore-Tex with the fur.
Nice ones. They're expensive, but they're cool.
See, if you're good, you can go into old school Pooh Bear, and you don't like roll in the snow, so it's all good.
Yeah, I can.
Oh man.
Okay, so I might have to buy. Okay, because those Lucky Shot in Green Valley, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know those runs, and I've got to get Dean going down those. So I might buy you a ticket and bring you.
Take him down anything. I don't take him down.
I know you will.
You can't take him down like take him down the steepest stuff you got.
Well, I've never been down those runs, so I need to where am I going?
Go to Snoqualmie.
I hate Snoqualmie.
Why do you hate Snoqualmie?
It's like skiing in the rain.
It's so easy to get to. It's just right there.
I know. It's right in the middle. It's 50 minutes to Snoqualmie or an hour to Crystal. It's like whatever. So.
Oh, I forget. You can sneak up that back way to Enumclaw. I got to get all the way to your place first. Yeah, you've cut off half the distance to both of them.
Yes. I'm on the highway that goes to 410. So.
Hey, there's the Renegade. Let's see what he's burning down today.
What's up?
Oh, shit. You still have eyebrows?
I got. No, I'm still good. I'm good.
Let's see the knuckles.
No, they're good. You got some scratches, but
your
I'm good.
hose wasn't hot enough. Huh?
Oh man, no, it was interesting. So I turned my back for like 5 minutes. I pushed it too hard.
I was wondering if you were out at the store or something. Or...
No. So I was trying to get. It was thankfully nobody. I had no customers. Shit in there. It was a weekend. The landowner's son lives down the road, and they were having their side of the family's Thanksgiving. They're having their other one, tomorrow.
Right.
And he goes, "Hey, if you want to come on out here, you're welcome to." They do it every year. It's like third year in a row. I'm like, I'm busy as shit, but I'll go down and socialize. Most of them know me because they bring me shit. They bring me deer to work on. So I was like, all right, well, this year, I'm going to go ahead and take my free turkey. I spent 70 cents. I got basically a free turkey. Brined it. I'm going to smoke it, be all fancy, and I'm going to make a bunch of Brian, actually, the other Brian, got a bunch of this with me as well. We had a huge group buy of Gulf jalapeno or Gulf shrimp.
Gulf shrimp. Oh,
I'll do it fresh, off the boat. So I made jalapeno poppers.
Right.
I made jalapeno poppers stuffed with shrimp, like fresh Gulf shrimp.
This was shrimp
wrapped
and the cheese inside. Yeah. Bacon wrap.
No,
bacon wrap.
I made them. Yeah, bacon wrap, cream cheese, my seasoning, all that shit. Yeah. So I made a bunch of those, 24 of them, put them in the smoker. And I was trying to get everything done in time. I pushed it too high. Pushed the temp too high. It was an old stainless steel proofer.
You were trying to get it
proofer, but it still had insulated stainless steel walls inside and out. It was turned into a smoker. And after 3 years of hard use as a smoker, finally I managed to catch the insulation between the walls on fire.
So when you're smoking, you're putting that hot of.
I pushed it too much. I got it up to about 350 probably. I'm guessing. So I turned my back for 5 minutes. I was washing some shit in the shop, and the landowner was pulling back in. He was pulling in from church about 5 minutes after I turned away. I heard his phone ring. It's going on the Bluetooth speaker. I'm like, what's going on? And as I'm answering the phone call from him, I see the flames out of the corner of my eye through the window. I'm like, oh shit. So I walk out there. He comes out of his truck, and we're about the same time. I shut the propane tank off. I grabbed the fucking fire extinguisher, and I'm hitting it with what it has. Small fire extinguisher, but he gets the hose unwrapped. We put it out. It's done. Problem taken care of. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Turkey, jalapeno poppers, done. Smoker, little worse for wear. But can clean it out and make it work for now. But it's last season. It's done. It's on its way out the door. Like I can milk it along, but goddamn, I need to change that burner anyway. But so the next day, I got to that point. I was like, look, I'm done today. I'm going to take some smoked boudin that I have and bring that to Thanksgiving instead of the shit that I was going to bring. And I'm done. So I didn't touch it again until Monday. And then when I looked at it, I was like, I'm going to change that burner. And we're going to go from there. We're going to see what I got to do. I'm like, I cleaned it out. I washed it out, do some dry burns on it, get any smell out of it. Let's get it cleaned out. And I went to go change the burner out. I pulled the burner like I was going to disconnect the regulator hose from it. And it just came free in my hand. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I grabbed the hose and the fitting fell off. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oops. So I realized that when the insulation in the wall caught, which the hose ran through, it burned the fitting loose. So the hose was just a straight propane from the tank in the wall of the smoker. So when I walked out there, that's why there was flames all the way to the 16-foot barn roof, because it was just a flamethrower inside the walls of the smoker of propane. So thankfully, I shut the propane off when I went out there right away before I did anything else. But I was not aware of this for a full fucking day. I didn't know how close I was to death.
No.
There was a full propane tank sitting next to it.
But you didn't die. It's all right.
So, but we poured. Okay, so like where I'm putting the new smoker, it's mostly on a slab that's there under a pole barn, but we wanted to move it back a bit because if it sits out where I want it, if it's as big as I want it, it'll be in the way.
The fire thing
pull a vehicle in. So we poured a little pad attached to a current concrete back about 16 inches and tied it back in, drilled it in, rebar, all that bullshit. So I fucked with that today, poured that, and I'm going to pour a 4 foot by 4 foot slab. We're going to put a 6 foot high 4x4 cinder block packed with sand, steel lined framed smoker, and just get it
steel lined wall.
You can't set it on fucking fire. We're going to build a steel cage inside of it with racks, like angle iron racks.
Yeah,
so
give you something to weld on.
Want, but it's going to be cinder blocks filled with fucking sand and a steel top and a steel door. If you can set it on fire, you hit us with a nuke. We're done. Yeah. So if there is actually ever a nuclear threat or a tornado, I'm going in the smoker and I'm going to close the door and sit it. I may put an inside latch because it is my nuclear racks. Yeah. For racks, I could do anything that's going to be 32 or 36 inches wide on some rods.
Those NSF 3 foot stainless.
Yeah.
I was like 4
I've got a bunch of fucking racks that I use in my smoker now that are going to be close to the size. If not, they make smoker rods that are basically angle iron, like they're diamond shaped and like stainless steel at standard lengths, like 32, 36, 30, like 40. So I'll be able to get parts for it. I built that with the idea. I was telling the guy who owns the place, because he's throwing some money into like get this stuff. He goes, I want it done. I'm going to shoot a deer. I want to make sure you got a good smoker. And I'm like, well,
we're making sausage.
So I'm like, I'm building this as cheap as I can. But at the same time, I said, I want this thing to be here when both you and I die. It's still working.
Oh no, you build.
And I want to be able to hang. I want to be able to hang a whole motherfucking pig in this thing and smoke it if I want to.
What kind of roof are you doing, or how are you going to keep the heat in?
Well, it's going to be like so on the outside, 4 foot by 4 foot cinder blocks, all the way the fuck up, with an open door, about 32 inch wide open door. We're going to do a stainless steel flat plate across the top, and in one corner, I'll have a stack that goes out so it can angle up and go outside the barn. Dampers and all that shit. We'll have air inflows in the bottom, and the front door itself is going to be stainless. It's going to be steel, but braced on the outside with like angle iron and shit, so it doesn't warp. And we're going to build inside basically angle iron in the corners and around the top, so we have a good structure. Basically, built a cage on the inside of it with slats for racks.
Angle iron, then you can put the slats in and
put whatever I need. If I need like 6 inches for a bunch of racks of jerky, or if I need like 20 inches for hanging a ham, I can adjust all that shit if I need to. Basically building it for whatever the hell we may need to smoke for the next fucking 20 years.
Versatile, yeah.
Build it and have it done. And it's going to be about 150% the capacity of what I'm using now.
How does the smoke come into it?
Oh, well, I can do a couple different ways. I can either do like a smoker chip tube that I light and put in there like I do now, or I can, since on the bottom run, I'm going to take some of these cinder blocks and lay them sideways and build steel plates so I can basically build dampers and shit. I can actually pipe in a just like little side box smoker, a little barbecue pit or whatnot if I wanted to, with like just a stick burner.
I would say
a cold smoke straight up in.
Use double or triple wall to transfer that heat.
Well, it doesn't need to be double, dude. It's going to be 8. So it's 8-inch wide cinder blocks packed with sand.
No, so but the one that it goes through, the heat tube of cinder blocks.
Well, when I actually need to heat it, I just like a single like propane burner, but like for a crawfish boiler or like a turkey cooker,
right?
Just in the middle of it, so I can just heat it up as much as I need. That's what I use right now mostly, and it'll do the job. But I could do electric heat. I could put a fucking rocket stove in it if I wanted to.
You're saying put the burner in the house with the meat,
right? Well, so when I want to do cold smoke, I want just the smoke. And that gives me the option of doing that. It's a cool box for the most part in cool weather. I mean, when it's hot as shit, I can't control that.
Right.
But when I'm actually cooking the meat and bringing it up to food safe temperature,
right.
Usually just a propane burner inside there is going to do all it. And this is going to be way more insulated than what I'm used to using.
Oh, so you're getting the propane to like bring the whole thing up to food safe and then you smoke.
So a lot of times right now, what I'll do is I'll get the chip burner going and I'll kill the propane. I'll get it lit, get it hot, and let that burn and get that smoke going. And it's staying under like 100 degrees inside that smoke box. And I'll let it go for an hour and a half, 2 hours, because while that meat's cool, it absorbs the smoke flavor. When you get that internal temperature of the meat over like 120, when the fats start to render, it kind of just stops absorbing smoke flavor.
Okay, so first you hit it with the chip.
But I still gotta cook the stuff. Like if I'm selling smoked sausage to people, they bring me a deer. I've got to get it cooked. So once that smoke absorbs, then I kick it up. I bring it back up. I've got the temp probes and I read it. I get the smoked sausage up to a temperature that's food safe. Kill it, cool it off, and package it. So
I got you. So that's your advice. Do the smoking and then do the cooking.
Yeah.
And
if you can,
cooking with
the
propane,
longer you
it's a
can
little
leave
more
meat hanging in a cool environment with the smoke, the more smoky it's going to taste. And depends on what you want to do, because you can over smoke some stuff. Like poultry can get
chicken does like that. If it's too smoky, she's like, wow, I can't
smoky. It's crazy, but it's like hard to over smoke, say like beef or sausage, something in a casing. You can smoke the hell out of it, and it's only going to take so much.
Interesting. Okay. Well, that'll help me. Boom.
If you ever need advice on that shit, just shoot me a message. I mean,
kind of what I fuck with. So, DM.
Yeah, man.
The Meat Man, Liberty Meat Solutions. Oh, your sausage spice.
Yeah,
we went to the more ethnic market today, and we found 2.5 pound ground pork fresh.
Ooh, nice.
Your thing's for 5 pound pack, I think so.
Yep. And I did put I think I put the weight on there, so it's 0.5 ounces per pound. So if you want to weigh it out, if you got 2 pounds, just 1 ounce of that should do you right at the regular ratio I use.
We're gonna get the stuffer and we're gonna do a 5 pound batch. Yeah, no, we're out. That's why I'm questioning you about the smoking.
No, I was just telling you about that. So well, that's for like pan sausage, like breakfast sausage. Like
yeah, that's what you said, breakfast sausage. Okay,
yeah, that's what that was for. So that other seasoning I sent though, that's good on all kinds of shit. Like I put on all kind of poultry stuff. Like I put on the shrimp I was cooking. Yeah.
Ooh.
It's good.
Damn, I should have put that on the scallops yesterday.
I did it on some pork chops and it turned out pretty good. So I haven't done it on like a lot of beef shit, but it's kind of like a barbecue poultry seasoning.
I'll try that on the
the turkey I did today. I brined the turkey in like a ham brine for 3 days. And then I pulled it with some herbs and shit. I pulled it out. I did the herbs and the fucking butter under the skin. And then I coated the whole skin in that barbecue poultry seasoning, and then smoked it till 165 internal. So I put it in the cooler today. And I'm going to break that down. We're going to see. I've got half of that for me and like my people that want to eat some shit.
We could.
And the other side, if he doesn't watch it, don't tell me. I may give and make some into a soup for Brian because they're sick as shit. So
they're both sick.
I did hear that. They're both super sick.
Yeah, no. You know when he does, dude, he does a podcast every fucking morning. If he misses it 2 days, he's sick.
He's super,
he's down with it.
I did see that. That sucks.
Like,
this is not the season to be sick.
Like in 3 days, he has messaged me back twice. So
get well soon, Brian and Corey. Get well soon.
Well, I gave Corey some advice on some local herbal stuff that might help.
Oh, good.
So hopefully they'll bounce back.
Because they're used to Minnesota.
Usually after a couple of days, he was talking about the other morning, like when the last podcast he did in the morning, like he was coughing a little bit. And he's like, man, I think it's because the wood smoke in the RV from the smokehouse, or, I mean, not smokehouse, the wood stove was fucking with him. And I'm like, your cough does not sound like the smoke cough. It's I have shit in my lungs cough, and it was like 3 hours later. He's like, yeah, no, I'm not meeting you. Plans have changed. And then 2 hours later, I don't think I'll be on any podcasts later on today. So I'm going to sleep. Yeah. You feel like shit. And then I didn't hear him for like a day and a half. He did.
A lot of people went home with something from TSP. I didn't get sick after.
It's going around down here. I had that like for a day and a half. Like I felt like there was a little something in my lungs, but I'm like, yep, I'm gonna hit it with like the green tea, the vitamin C, the fucking every other herbal thing I want to hit it with, and maybe a shot of whiskey, and we'll call it good. And
I did that. I had it, but it was all in my sinuses, and I was like, it's not being.
If I go from like the heat in the bedroom to like outside and back and forth real quick, it'll hit me. But take a good hot shower, and it just clears it out. So
I did that for like all the herbal stuff for like 2 or 3 days, and then I was like, I have to get on a plane. So
I have a
peroxide.
I have a 2-gallon batch of all of the Wingtober fucking bones.
That's in my freezer still.
They're cooking right now in the shop, and I'm making.
I noticed the price of wings went down in November.
I am making a massive batch of that with some turkey spine and shit like that. Right now of broth.
Oh, nice.
And I'm gonna combine some stuff, and if everything works the way I want tomorrow, after I have my actual Thanksgiving dinner, after doing a bunch of work, I may make a trip over and deposit some things for the Lots Project, and hopefully have some magic broth that should hopefully help them get over whatever the fuck they're dealing with.
That's what I think.
You're like, don't bother cooking dick.
Here you go. Here's your Thanksgiving fucking soup.
Lay around
and get better. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do if I can. So,
we talked about, I think on here a while back, somebody found like a fish mocks like website that they said was really good.
There's like 2 that I've used.
Yeah, so I ordered stuff from one of them, and I hadn't even opened it. Like I didn't even look at it.
I mean, okay, so with all the poultry I've got between the geese and the ducks and stuff, every once in a while something does happen, or something goes down, and you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna quarantine this thing and treat it. Yeah. So I'll use amoxicillin. I don't have a problem with it when it's needed.
Right.
And
that it was needed
a lot of times. I mean, like probably 75% of times where I've felt it's needed, it's actually had an effect, and I've not lost it.
It knocks it back enough.
Right. So I keep it on stock, and I am not afraid to use it on myself if I have to. There's been a couple of times where I've needed to because of an infection, so I've taken care of it. But most of some of those places, there's a place that it's a fish mocks, if I remember correctly, and they're legit. They'll send you shit, and
super legit. And I was happy because this is the same thing that I get it about every other year, and it's always like I go in and they give me my azithromycin and I'm better the next day, right? So they have that too, and I was traveling. So
that's the thing. You're like, fuck, that got me on the road.
I found out though that tetracycline and me do not play well. I am part of the like very small percentage of people who have an extreme light sensitivity went on tetracycline.
Oh, would you take it? Yeah.
I was working construction in July in Texas while I took tetracycline because of a bad tooth infection.
Yeah.
And I come to find out I became a vampire. I was wearing full head wraps, full fucking hoodies. I was working on concrete in the sun, and so you know those work gloves that are leather but with like the cloth on the back.
Yeah.
These work gloves. I was so sun sensitive after 2 days of that, and I quit. But after 2 days of that, I was so sensitive for a week after that I could take those gloves off and you could see the shadow of the burn on my hand where the cloth was.
That's crazy.
It was horrible. I mean, I couldn't stop working. I couldn't afford it at the time,
Right.
but I was wrapped up.
Oh
Everybody's sweating their ass off. I'm wrapped up like I'm like fucking Edward Cullen over here with sunglasses. Like working on concrete, you know. I'm expecting sparkles to come off me because I'm 2020.
There's something else does that too. I can't remember what it is.
Oh, dude, no. And that's an extremely rare side effect. Like, well, guess what? I'm one of them. I will never take your shit again.
No, you will not. Oh my god.
Oh god, I'm not allergic to your medication. It just makes me fucking set on fire when the lights
turns me into a vampire. Whatever.
Oh god, it was bad. I mean, it hurt. Like it would literally, it was actual physical pain to be within a range of an incandescent light.
Yeah, you're
It
getting
made
burned.
my skin hurt to have light on it. And it's not that your skin burned, it's because there's a chemical reaction between the medication and the light that's on the surface of your skin. Like it literally turns to something that burns you from the inside out when exposed to light.
There is a plant. There is an invasive species in Washington that does that. If you brush up against it.
Oh no, they say the same thing in Iowa. They say the same thing everywhere. You'll find the Facebook posts about it. It's like greater thornweed or some bullshit.
It's giant plant, giant something.
It's a giant something. Yeah, giant.
Yeah. Makes you explode with blisters for like fucking 30 years or some shit. Yeah, I've never run into it. I've run up against everything in the woods. I've never found it.
I've seen the aftermath here of people that have run into it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I'm like, goddamn, I've tried.
Oh yeah, well that's like those fire sticks, like
giant hogweed. It's giant hogweed.
Giant hogweed. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. So fire sticks.
I think it's all over North America. Honestly.
It really could be.
Yeah, those are like don't touch your eyes, you'll go blind.
They were removing it from like a nature area somewhere in Western Washington, and they were wearing like full ass like hazmat suits, like because there were some big ones. They had to get them out.
Tell us if you have some. We'll send the army.
Yeah, that basically.
Just a little chop and some gasoline.
This is why they should be using my affiliate code to buy a flamethrower drone to take care of
the wild hogweeds with Josh's flamethrower drone. It's
saying, man, that is exactly why you use a flamethrower drone right there.
Does that have to be registered?
I don't know.
Well, if you use it commercially,
the drone, you have to have
fuck. They give me an affiliate code.
You have to have a pilot's license to pilot the drone, but that's it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not give a fuck.
I know.
Have a pilot's license.
So you're saying if I buy a 103 aircraft, I can
you
just fly around with no license, but I have to have a license for a drone?
That's right.
Okay.
Oh God.
Do that. Just make them bigger. Jump in them.
Yeah, that's new. 2016 or 17, they did that for drones.
Wow.
Just put a fixed wing on your drone and call it a fixed wing aircraft.
You guys follow rules? Like
I do not, but the company I work for uses them for commercial stuff, and we have to follow rules. So
you guys were anarchists. What the hell?
Me personally, no, fuck that. I'm not getting a license.
That's why I know about Rule 103, how to not follow the rules.
But I'm not making money off of it and like flying it over construction sites, right? So it's different.
Oh shit!
Go buzzing by.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like half of my job. I swear to God, people will call me up with shit and be like, "Hey, I did something illegal. What do I do now?" And I'm like, "Well, here's how to make what you did legal again. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Congratulations. Give me a call later when you accomplish your task."
When you go do this.
I'm like,
I'm not a lawyer. However, I know what the game boards are going to look for. So
that's all you
I know
need.
you have to tell me when you come in next time.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Or they'll show up and be like, just so you know, next time you should do these things so you don't get pulled over by accident by a game warden and get a ticket.
Right. Get a box van.
I'm not a dick. I don't give a flying fuck, but I don't want you or anybody to get a ticket.
Exactly.
Fuck the state.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. But
Like, you do what you want, but man, I don't want you to get a ticket. So
I don't want
here's what to not do.
Don't do this.
I don't want to hear it if it happens to you. If it happens to me, that was my
And
choice.
you know, it depends. You get guys who are like, I don't give a fuck. That deer was old and needed cold. Fuck it. And then you get guys who are like, you used a Sharpie and you didn't notch with a knife the date on your tag.
Yes.
That could have been forged. Here's a fucking $2,000 ticket.
Yeah, like
Yeah, fuck your shit. But it happens. So I'm like, you know what? Let me educate you on what I've seen people fuck up.
Here's how bad it can go. Now you make the decision.
Please don't make a bad decision.
You do you. But
You do what you want to do. I am all. If you want to go fight the state, I'm going to root for you quietly over here and watch you go to jail.
And I might send him to your GoFundMe.
Yeah,
it might not go well.
Maybe.
I'll contribute to your GoFundMe, buddy.
I will. I'll send you some Lightning and some Monero.
Yeah,
some Bitcoin. Hey, yeah, what's Bitcoin down to? What?
I haven't even looked today. Shit, man.
I don't look at it.
I've been so swamped. This week has been a fucking shit show for me.
Still time for people to send me some.
I'm telling you right now. So it's been like.
It has not moved. It's still at 16. It hasn't moved.
All right, cool.
Okay, all right.
Hey,
not going anywhere.
Did any of you guys get like the message today I got from Fold? Like maybe
I don't have one yet.
I haven't activated it.
I know.
So you can join my Fold Spin Club. No, but seriously. So I got a thing today, and I think it's only for select people. They have a small group they're testing it with, but you can actually buy Bitcoin now through Fold.
That's cool.
With no fees, zero fees.
I was like, "What's the bonus?" Okay, no fees.
No fees. So I did the first one. And it says it's 2 or 3 days. So I don't know if it's a one-time thing, like the first time, or if it's a routine thing. We'll find out. I think it's a different wallet than where the rewards go, but I don't know. I don't have it yet. But I put 100 in. And you get 50 for every $50 you buy Bitcoin, you get an extra spin. So,
okay.
Hey, cool. So there's that. But I'm like, no fees. If it works, I'm down. If it's no fees,
a faucet, there's no fees.
Yeah,
it wasn't Cash App. Oh no, Cash App is fees. That's right.
Cash App does fees, but it's just low. But it's in line with Exodus and anything else. You know, you're gonna pay a small percentage. And like for no fees. If I gotta wait a day, all right, cool, that's fine.
So how are they giving you Bitcoin with no fees?
I tried it, and apparently for like being part of the trial group, like I'll get some kind of like bonus, like they'll give me like sats for trying it. So I'm like, all right,
I'm always like wary of Ponzi bullshit. Free stuff
I'll check it out. I posted in Lightning for Liberty about it, and I'm like, well, I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, it seems cool. We'll see. But
I mean, you
so
can
far, everything else they've done has been legit.
Okay, so they.
But you can take it off their exchange
as soon as it's.
Right. So I don't have it yet because it said 2 to 3 days for the for the transaction. Now I don't know if that's every time or the first time, but once it's there, I'm going to try to transfer it, and I'm going to see how easy that is, and I'll let everybody know.
Yeah, because then.
But if it's free and I can transfer it out easily, then I'm down. You know.
Yeah. Did Coinbase go down?
No,
I don't know. No, they haven't gone down, but I've heard some like rumblings about how some shit might be happening. So
I don't keep hardly anything in there. Like
everybody's getting.
No, you should not. You shouldn't keep shit in Coinbase at all.
I'm talking like $15. Like that's
the
only reason anything I have stays with Fold at all is because there's a delay in how long you can extract it.
Okay,
I'll put my shit where I can control it when I can.
That's
right. I was trying to like help Chicken Joe understand like when you fly to France, you roll in with a wallet full of 20s, right? And you go over
Right.
to the exchange. So
Right.
it is the exact same thing. And you hand them the
Yeah.
money, and then they take their like 5%. They hand you francs or now euros, right?
Yep.
And you don't worry so much about it because you're standing right fucking there. And she just goes in the back and then comes back out behind the wall. She's only gone like 2 minutes.
Yep.
She's opening a security box and grabbing actual money.
Right.
Like that's why it takes 2 minutes. Boom, pops back out. Here's your money, right? You would never go, hey, I'm flying in. Here's 10K. Fucking hold it. Can I have like 300 now? Like, and I'll just loop back to the airport and pick up a G next week. You would never leave your money in the kiosk at the fucking airport ever.
No.
It's only there for the purpose of exchanging. That's it.
Exactly.
So why people thought to leave money on exchanges. Now, if you're an exchange and people are just like, hey, I'm rolling through Paris. I'll be back for my 10K on the way out. And you just have so we can't pay any more money in this goddamn box.
Well, you know why people
I got an idea. How about we just take half of it and make more money?
You know why people did it is because everybody became a bank.
Right.
Everybody. PayPal, Cash App, Coinbase, everybody became a bank. Everybody has a debit card, everybody has a checking account, everybody became a bank. So people feel secure. I'm putting my money in a bank account. So they started treating crypto exchanges as a bank account.
It was the customer's problem, though. They were always called exchanges. They just started getting lazy and treating an exchange like a bank. I would have more faith in giving my 10K to the Marriott.
Let's be honest. What percentage of people who are going to be interested or drawn into the whole crypto market are financially educated enough to understand what the fucking exchange even is or why that's different than the bank and I can put my money here? Thing is, people don't know. And we haven't been educated on it. So many people can get suckered into it because they think it's a great new thing. And
between that and the
look at the FTX thing. How many people got sucked into the FTX thing because they heard crypto was a new thing? These guys invest, and guess what? Guess what? That guy with all the money put his money here, so I should too.
Well, yeah, and it's going to lead to this transparent balance sheets where, like, if you say you got a pig and a poke to back your company, let's see the pig and the poke.
Look back at all the financial schemes that have happened and the scams that have gone on over the years, way before crypto even existed. We're just seeing them reinvented with a new currency.
It's not
all it is.
Reinvented.
These scams are repeated over and over and over and fucking over. It doesn't matter the currency, but because it's a new thing and it's a new topic and it's a new subject, it's easy to sucker people into it again.
And
you took the context out of it.
Cannot be resisted.
Right. Yeah. So whether it's FTX or this bullshit or that, you just have to have a better head on your shoulders than the average fucking moron that's out there gonna get sucked into something. Once you realize this shit's it's actually money, and you start treating it like money, like I need this later. This is my living down the line.
Yeah.
Take it seriously. Then it changes things. But it's really easy to get sucked into that kind of gambling mentality.
For sure.
I guess.
Oh yeah, you got it, but you got to have the waves. So
and you have to see what's your risk tolerance. Like, is there a certain part you want to play with and say this is my game money, and if I lose it, I lose it.
That's all of it.
If I make a bunch, that's great. Do you have that? Do you have that security that you can play with some? And if you don't play with it.
Don't do it.
But if you do,
we should
do it, but don't play with your fucking nest egg.
It's the end of the year. If you have actual Bitcoin or any of the cryptos, and it's the end of this tax year coming, they haven't fixed the wash rule yet. So if you bought high and are holding now,
now's a really good time.
Talk to your tax guy, but you could sell it all and buy it all back literally 1 second later.
If you are a tax-paying individual, it would be good.
You
to
would
speak to
have
your
that
tax
as a
attorney.
It would be good to have a conversation with your person. Yeah.
It would be good. It would be a good idea.
Loss
Yeah.
on trading, and if you held it more than a year,
there has never
and
been a
had a
better.
loss. Could be
Put
really
it this way: there is in the last probably 3 or 4 years, there has never been a better opportunity to make some movements in the crypto market than right now.
Well, it's called resetting your basis, and they have said like we are going to fix this loophole.
They're going to fix it.
So
they're going
to
and
fix
like
it.
I am not going to give anybody any kind of financial advice.
No,
I will say personally that I have moved myself out of pretty much almost all altcoins into Bitcoin because I don't see a future for most of the other coins, but Bitcoin is going to be here. It is going to continue. It is going to grow. It's mathematically impossible for governments or regulations, regardless, it's going to go up. Going to go up. But the other shit is risky.
When you looked at
you may make some money in the short term, but
even through the winter, it's still on the same trajectory. It has not changed.
Exactly.
Number of new accounts, number of new computers.
Bitcoin right now in its winter, in its fucking drop, is still about the place where I fucking started getting into it and fucking with it several years ago.
It's lower than when I started getting into it, so
a little bit, but not much. It's in that region.
About like end of the year stuff. What kind of year it is? What do you need on the books?
Right. And you know that's the thing. If you've messed with Bitcoin for long enough, and Jack's talked about this before too. Mm-hmm. If you've played with Bitcoin back and forth long enough, you reach that point. You get through your first couple scares. And now you see this as this is a buy opportunity instead of being, oh my gosh, everything's falling apart. The world is ending. Bitcoin has crashed. This is a buy opportunity. Or like me and Brian like to say a lot of times, Bitcoin is on sale right now.
Right. The whole neighborhood's getting beaten down and they just happen to be in the neighborhood.
No. This is when you go get in because
that's the stock market
when it starts shooting the fuck up, everybody's like, oh my God, Bitcoin, yay, buy. You dumbasses should have bought this shit when it was fucking cheap.
But never a bad time. You won't hate it 10 years from now.
No, there's never a bad time.
That's the stock market, too.
But this is the least bad time ever. So stop being a fucking pussy and put your money in Bitcoin.
Yeah, everybody was freaking out about their 401ks, and I'm like, you should put more in right now. Like,
right. Like, it's like it's on sale. Like I said, go fucking buy it now. It's cheap now.
I turned up.
Money worth more later.
But prices are going up.
I turned my 401k up because it lowers my tax burden. So like, why would I not?
If you have extra cash. If you don't, though, shit's getting expensive. Like I said, we were grocery shopping.
What pisses me off the most is people. Okay, I am not the most financially educated person in the world. I didn't grow up that way. I've had to learn what I have learned. But what pisses me off more than fucking anything else is people who treat a tax return like a savings account.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yes, thank you. Triggered. Oh
my God.
Triggered. No.
Interest.
Like I can't wait for that tax return. It is such a huge poverty mindset.
Then you're fucking stupid.
It is the biggest poverty mindset signal you can ever fucking find. And I get it. I used to do that. I mean, I was there at one point in my life where I was like, man, I can't wait for that $2,000 tax return. You fucking put your money into the government's hands and got a little bit back instead of putting it somewhere and actually drawing some interest or making something off of it. But people don't understand it. And I rail on this because I didn't understand it for like probably the first 5 years of my adulthood.
Try to glide that shit into zero.
Right. It's like you hear it again and again, and it's like you try to tell people and they don't get it. They're not there. That level in their mind is not unlocked, whatever. You're like, they just stare at you like you're dumb. Like, why wouldn't I want my tax?
I got thrown out
putting money into your taxes that you don't have to.
Yes, I got thrown out of a group where somebody had made a post and they were like, I was really relying on this $8,000 tax refund that I was going to get. And the government is behind, so I don't know when I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna like lose my business or my house or and I'm like, well, you're.
Why was your business relying on your tax refund?
I hope you do, because you're the dumbest person that I've ever heard of in my whole life. Because wow, you're
bad idea.
You think in the middle of COVID, they're gonna process your paper return in a timely manner? You're a moron. Like,
don't get me wrong. I took the first fucking like COVID stimulus bullshit and used that to start my business.
There you go.
That makes sense. But waiting on your tax return to keep your business afloat,
No, if you get
business is
found
already
money,
fucked.
yeah,
The
find a way to
business is already fucking fucked.
I
Already
took
done.
that 401k. So COVID, you could take a bigger 401k loan,
Yeah.
and in my program, when you pay it back, the interest goes into your own account, like you
to
pay
yourself. Yeah, those are beautiful.
I took that out at 4.5%, paid off some higher interest shit,
And
and
paid
then the
yourself.
stock market took a shit, and I was like, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're buying it all
bet
back
you wish
now.
you
That's
took it out.
right.
Now,
I
exactly.
bet you wish you took it out at 4.5% and bought Bitcoin.
I did not, but
That would be awesome.
Bet
And
you
then
wish
you're
you
buying
did,
it
though.
back in now. Holy
no,
fuck.
I know, because when I did that, Bitcoin was at 50. So
Oh, yeah, never mind.
no, I didn't.
Yeah.
I just paid off some higher interest stuff, so I'm paying myself back at 4.5%. What I paid off was at 12. So, like,
what do you think? Should we go get dinner? Sign off?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
One more time, but
Go make
hey,
some
I'm
sausage.
glad I caught y'all.
I am too. Yay!
Oh, got an update from the
before we
front.
get off, Jack Spirko said he is going to do a 15th anniversary thing in the summer, in like July or August. So we should all go.
Is that big thing he's talking about, like up in Colorado at the fancy
I think it's going
resort?
to be in Texas. I don't know though.
Oh.
Well, if you hear something that I don't hear, let me know.
I totally
And
will.
if we can make it happen, yeah, I'd love to.
I blatantly asked like when, and because I'm like, I need to block this on my calendar now.
No. In the summer is way more doable for me.
It's summer, and I was like, "Oh, Josh could probably come, especially if it's at Jack's or nearby."
Yeah, that's like maybe 3 hours for me. It's just so hard this time of year because
So I figured summer. Yeah,
I actually just posted a thing today where I was like, "Look, guys, until I catch up, I am not taking any more deer in. I am done." Like,
oh, you got to just.
I was like, if I am responsible for anybody else's shit, something's gonna rot. I'm not doing it, so we're done.
Are you cooling them off?
Call me back in a couple of days, and hopefully I'll have space again. But I've got to catch up. So,
what do you got them all just in the fridge right now?
Dude, oh yeah, I've got a walk-in cooler. I've got currently, I think 14 deer in the walk-in cooler need to be cut. I've got 5 in the process of getting sausage and stuff made.
So you need the big Viking to get back on his feet.
So, yeah, I know the pace, and I'm like, if I take more, something's not going to happen before shit gets picked up and out the door. So I've got to like put the brakes on for a minute. So
you should just live stream that. You should just set that up in the corner, and it's like Josh butchers a shitload of deer, and just
dude. Yeah, I am at since the beginning of October. I'm at 43 now.
Nice. Fucking A.
Hey, hold on a second. I've got an officer right here outside the window. So hey, sir.
How's it going?
Oh, good.
I just want to let you know that this all closes.
Oh shit. Okay, I didn't realize
That's
it closed.
no big deal.
No, I'm gonna roll out. I was just
all right.
the Wi-Fi. I got some friends here on a podcast.
That's cool.
So.
If you want to, you can pull on over to the other parking lot over there.
Well, I'm about to head home. So
hey, that'll work too.
All right, man.
All right, have a good
night. Appreciate it, officer. Thank you.
All right. Well, that's how we sign off.
Good police interaction right there.
That was very
Josh
good.
does not go to jail.
I'm gonna go home. All right.
What else when you get home?
Bye, guys.
Let us know you made it.
Yeah, you made it.
All right. We'll check back with him in half an hour.
Yeah, we'll make sure that Josh made it home.
He's like, make sure you start that car and get it running on the street first.
Yeah.
Woo!
I think that was just we're gonna close the park, you know.
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, he is making a podcast.
Oh, you're right.
He needs one of those big ring lights. Oh, fuck.
I know.
All right, there we go. Bye, everybody. Agorist Attorney on podcast.